Hey, watch fans, Brad from Brent Miller Jewelers. And boy, am I excited to share with you today. The first time I'm getting to see one of these. This is the Omega Speedmaster Super Racing that was announced, I believe, the end of last year, right around a year ago. This was released in celebration of the 10-year anniversary of the Omega Aquaterra, referenced as the Bumblebee with the yellow. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was celebrating 15,000 Gauss. And so this was the 10-year anniversary. This is the first one I'm getting to see. So again, the Speedmaster Super Racing with the yellow. You have the honeycomb dial pattern. Just so many cool little features on this watch. Excited to really see this. I got to tell you, I'm a huge fan of it already, just getting my hands on it. So again, case dimensions, I measured diagonally across the case at 44.1 millimeters, 41.5 across that black ceramic tachymeter scale, and then 35 millimeters across the sapphire crystal from 3 to 9, 15.5 millimeters thick, 50.1 from lug tip to lug tip. So as with other Speedmasters, it does wear smaller than the case dimensions would indicate, in my opinion. You have a 21 millimeter lug width that has a very nice taper to 15 millimeters at the deployant. Again, you do have the push for a little bit of micro adjustment here on that bracelet. So again, should get a great fit on it. You have an exhibition case back, and we'll get to this a little bit more detail here shortly. But you have the caliber 9920 with 60 hours of power reserve. And I guess while we're here, I'll just go right to it. If you're not familiar with this model, this is the first Omega model to feature the SPY rate system. And I'm going to try to find it for you here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to zoom in on it. But if you're not familiar or you missed that release, right here you can see there's a little knob that allows a watchmaker to finely tune this mechanical movement to zero to plus 2 seconds a day, which is pretty impressive on a mechanical movement to have 0 to plus 2. And again, if you own one of these, I would love to know how your results have been. If you've been kind of putting that on your time grapher, I really would love to hear where you're at with that. But again, you do have the signed non-screw down crown, just like all the other Speedmasters, 50 meters of water resistance, just like your other Speedmasters. I weighed this on the bracelet. Again, a larger case, but with that thinner tapering bracelet, only weighed it at 153.7 grams. So pretty light on wrist, given your nearly 44 millimeter case size. Retail on this is $11,600. And again, it's the details on it. Love your second hand here. And just overall, I think it's very aesthetically pleasing. Would love to get you a lume shot on that bezel, as well as the dial. However, I'm still working out the lume here in our new facility with some natural light and some windows. So I have to get a box to put over where I'm filming here. So I'm working on that, gang. But on my 6 3/4 inch wrist, again, it does wear fairly well, given that you have the taper on the bracelet and how light it is. So give you a quick shot. The other part I love is just noticing small details. Look at the second hand, how you have the gradient, the black here that gradiates out towards the yellow. I absolutely love that. You don't see that very often on any second hand, let alone your chronograph second hand. So I think it just kind of blends in well to the dial there, where you can see what you really need to see while not covering, everything in yellow as that chronograph second hand runs across. So again, a year later, finally getting to see one here in person. Wanted to share with you guys. As always, if there's anything we can do for you, anything at all, contact information is in the description. Let me know what you think. Have you seen one of these in person? Have you tried one on? Do you own one? And if you do own one, would love to know how your results have been. Have they been falling within specs of that 0 plus 2 per day? So thanks again for viewing, and we'll see you in the next video.
What's happening, gang? Sorry, I had to play a little bit of a long video because my mouse, my cordless Apple mouse, is dying. So I had to charge it up for a little bit. I couldn't use it. So we played a little bit of a longer intro with the Speedmaster Super Racing, which I am currently wearing. Howdy, Orko. How are you, sir? Always good to see you. Always good to see you. Skip intro in the chat. Great to see you back. Thank you, sir. Morning Johnson EDC and Johnny O. and BW, the usual suspects. What we like to see, in case anybody wants to jump on, the link is pinned at the top. We're going to talk about whatever today. The thumbnail was I believe it was called your Rolex is probably ugly. Yeah. Actually a funny story because a friend of mine who he moved to Texas years ago, but I still remember a few years ago he was so upset because he'd been trying to get different hype Rolexes from his AD, and he they finally offered him a watch, and it was a smooth bezel oyster bracelet Wimbledon, maybe the ugliest Rolex ever. He was so mad. He eventually took it, and I said, "Are you going to flip it?" He's like, "Well, first of all, I don't think I can get my money back out of it. Second of all, I have to wear it in there because I want to get other pieces." But then after a while, he started just leaving it in the cup holder of his car, hoping someone would steal it. No one ever did, because no one's going to steal that one. There's a lot of ugly Rolexes that no one's going to steal. It's a shame. It's a shame, but yeah, it always cracked me up. I talked to him a week and a half ago, I guess, and he still has the watch. He says it's not worth it to unload it. He doesn't wear it. He doesn't know what to do with it. He's just confused because he was given the call for an ugly Rolex. Now, since then, I think he did get an SD43. He did get a Sea Dweller after that, but again, not really the watch he wanted. But he told me that when he would go to the AD, he would slap on his Cartier when he was or take off his Cartier, slap on the Wimbledon dial, and then go in and put the watches back when he came back because he hated it so much. So much he hated that watch. What are you going to do? It happens. But on the screen is breakfast. We made breakfast this morning. We made some chorizo and egg breakfast tacos and a little Spanish rice. Delicious, as always. As always, delicious. How about you guys? Anybody have anything good for breakfast today? Anyone? No? Yeah, no breakfast? Oh, that's a shame. You guys are missing out on the best meal of the day, the most important meal of the day, if you will. It's breakfast. We love some breakfast, right? Who doesn't? But that was delicious. BW had 2 espressos. That's bordering on the Brian breakfast. I don't know if Brian's coming on today or not. I saw he was on late last night on the franchise club. Orco cooking right now, just doing scrambled eggs with cheese and toast. Hey, it's breakfast. We love a good breakfast. Any watch news out there? Anybody got anything that they've picked up as of late? Excuse me. No. All right. Quiet chat today. I realize there's 13 of you in there, and we've got how many upvotes? 10. All right. Well, 2 of those are me, so 5 of you need to hit the upvote button. Please. And thank you. BW's got an unboxing on Wednesday. That's right. Oh, he did say so. He violated OC's purchase ban. Oh, yeah. OC is not as much as he claims to be in charge of the greater watch YouTube community. I don't know that he was ever actually officially voted in. And honestly, lately, I think he's just kind of the king of the watch of the Patek YouTube. Uh-oh. So, Dear Artifact says, Dad picked up a LaVenture recently. Pretty cool watch. Those are cool watches. Do you have pictures of it on your Instagram? I'm going to try and find it. BW says, the IWC ceramic and the Bumblebee are gone. The Bumblebee is gone. So, the Bumblebee is the original greater than 15,000 Gauss Omega Aquaterra, the first amagnetic Omega. It's what when they released this, it was the color scheme and the 10 font and the Bumblebee second hand were all parts of homage to the 10-year anniversary of that watch. Ooh, this might be a killer piece coming. Harry says, good morning, Mark. Good morning, Harry. Good to see you feeling better. Thank you, sir. I am feeling a little better, Still a little bit of pain, still a little bit of infection in there, but not nearly as bad as it was. So, there's a photo of it at the top of my feed. I think it's the third photo in. Let me see if I can find a picture of this. Hold on. Hold on. Get over to the artifact page here. Oh, there it is. Those are cool watches. Boom. The LaVenture. Sandwich towel. I like the bezel. Is that huh? That's kind of cool. I like that. Congrats, Father Artifact. BW assures us this will be a killer piece. A really, really a great one. Nice. But to that end, the plexi bezel, like the old Bakelite GMTs, yeah. Yeah, if there's deals out there. If there's something you see and you want, there's probably a deal on it to be had. So go for it. I say no bans on buying watches. It's bad for business. It's bad for watch content. Which channel are you unboxing on? Whoa, geez, that would be cool. Because I might wait till next Sunday and do it here. Dang. It's worth some stream hype. I'm kind of excited to see what it is, BW, because those are two pretty killer pieces, and two pieces I know that you liked, that you moved on from. So that's kind of cool. That's very cool. I have a watch coming. Nothing major. It's actually, I can even show you what it is. I bought something because I was on the last few weeks I haven't been on because, well, we had a storm, knocked out the power a few weeks ago, and then I had the leg infection. I just didn't feel like coming on. Wasn't feeling good. But I've been doing a lot of the Sunday or the Tuesday night shows on the Watch Hangout. And a couple people, I know Jen G, Robert, maybe someone else, picked up some Timexes, which I thought were kind of cool. Let me see if I can find. Oh, shit. He says one hit, it's a Holy Trinity piece. Oh, my Lord. Yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. But I picked up a real shitter, but it was actually kind of a cool shitter because it's like a $180 watch. I found it on eBay for like 140 something, and I have two Timexes. Well, I have one and one that should be here Wednesday. But it is a throwback. They're both of my Timexes are. Whoa, what happened? Why did I get so big? What happened? Brian, what'd you do?
Nothing.
Okay. All right. Well, let me see if I can pull this up then. What is going on now? All right, so there it is.
See, it's a good thing I got keys.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So
You had the wrong format.
So anyway, I owned a watch like this in college. I had two watches. I had an Iron Man, and I had this Annie Digi little Timex. Teeny tiny little watch. Mine was on a leather strap, but it looked very similar to this. With the, I always thought it was cool back in the day. What do you think, Brian? $145. Seemed like a deal.
It was cool back in the day.
Yeah. I mean, it's just going to sit in my watch next to the Iron Man, but,
Yeah.
What the hell? I started looking at the Timex website because they were showing these kind of cool throwback looking Timexes, and I came across this on their website. And so I was like, you know what? I bet you someone on eBay, because I think it was like $180, $189, something like that. I'm like, I bet you somebody has it on eBay for cheaper. And alas, I was correct.
Is it still 1980s sized?
I'm sure it is, because it says 33 millimeter.
Although that's 33 in a square watch, so
Yeah, so it's like 35.
Yeah. Hey, it's actually, oh no, it's 1019. I'm sorry. It said 1009 on the watch. I thought, shit, you got it set right.
Yeah, there you go. Almost.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was kind of a cool throwback it was just something for the watch box, because who doesn't need that?
It's like the Casio calculator watch that I bought for $18, and it's still sitting on the desk behind me.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how to set it.
Yeah. This is not a Holy Trinity piece. But the artifact says Timex is knocking it out of the park lately. I like a lot of their recent releases. Yeah, this one was just sort of a throwback. Worker says, pretty cool, Lucha. The Timex Japan throwback Atlantis models and Iron Mans are super cool too. Yes. And indeed, that bracelet does look like a hair puller. I believe mine was definitely on a leather strap. And it might have had, it was black. It was a black dial watch, but it might have had the faux gold bezel or something on it. I can't remember. It's a long time ago. I'm old. Brian, I'm old.
Yeah, I know.
It happens.
Yeah.
But I thought it was kind of neat. It reminded me of my childhood, my college days, and I was like, I'm good.
Listen, the other option to getting old,
dying.
Yeah, I still got things to do and people to piss off.
Well, there you go.
100 times I got to piss them off.
100 times. Nice. I didn't catch much of it. I actually kind of woke up and it was on. But I saw you were on with Mr. Curls last night. Was it a good show?
I was just trying to hold on for the ride. That's all you can do there.
That's true. I was a little tired. I put in a full week at work, and the leg's still healing. So running around, I come home and just kind of throw it back up.
Dude. Yeah, hey, listen, as long as we're talking about aches and pains and being old.
Yeah.
So I started working for that very large, family theme park company that's run by a rodent.
Kennywood?
The one here in Orlando.
Yes.
I went back, I specifically started working for them in October and November because I was a little worried how I would do in the heat of summer.
Yeah.
So I started working for him. Yeah. And I'm glad I did then because, those by November, December, those first 8-hour shifts that I had were killing my legs.
Yeah.
Yeah. My ass was planted on a chair or, walking to and from a chair and then sitting down for a while. Well, I got my legs built up to where an 8-hour shift and my legs feel fine.
Nice.
Yeah. I can, no problems. This past week, I worked a full 5-day, 40-hour work week. Now, the heat got progressively higher through the week. Yeah. We started out with a high of 88, and then by Friday, a high of 95. Let me tell you, yesterday was just fluids and rest because I was whipped. So I'm dialing back the 5-day work weeks.
There you go. I don't blame you. Bruce G says, salutations, fellas. Good to see you, Bruce G. Hey, guys, we need some upvotes. We got 20 people watching, 11 upvotes. 2 of those are me.
Mark, how do you upvote again? Can you tell me?
The thumbs up button. So there's my other Timex, the other throwback. So I was doing active things and stuff. I'd always wear an Iron Man, and then I had the Annie Digi for dressing up a little bit in college. Because nobody knew any better then. I didn't know what a nice watch was. But I'm kind of excited to see this little creature come in.
I think my dress watch back then. I had one of those Casio data banks that had you could store like schedules and alarms in it. And,
oh yeah.
I had the calculator watch, but it was too hard to work. And being Jewish, we naturally can calculate.
You calculate well.
Yeah. But my dress watch was like a gold toned Mickey Mouse or Snoopy quartz.
Ah.
Yeah.
Very nice. Hey, it's Harry. Good morning, Brian. I'm looking to sell a few watches. If I hop on in a bit, would you share some of your expertise?
Absolutely.
100%. The link is pinned at the top, Harry.
Yep.
Good to have you on.
And Mark's really good at buying and selling the same watches over and over
again. I know. I can always find a deal on a watch I've already owned.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love that? I have a unique, innate ability to do that.
Yep.
Do you think it's time for me to get another Aquaterra?
Huh?
Just asking. Good day to everyone. What's up? Hope you're much better. I'm feeling much better, John D. Thank you. Yeah, so about 90%, but much better. There's still some pain, but I figure I've had 4 different antibiotics here the last 2.5 weeks. I had 2 different types of IV antibiotics and 2 different types of take this for a week at home antibiotics. So, Speaking of more affordable watches, I've been thinking of picking up a Casio A158W with a camel dial. We'll look it up here in a second. Jen G says, yes, you should have never sold that watch. What if I didn't buy that exact one? What if I went with the black dial instead? I don't know. Maybe I would. It would be different, right? How can you be mad at me for that? I want to look
We'll
up
find a way.
Casio. What was that? 180, 158W. Oh, that's kind of a classic. That was more
Share
fun.
screen, share screen.
Hold on. I'm trying to get a good picture.
I'd like to put a poll in the chat to see if we should block Gen G, because all she does is just tempt us with great ideas on ways to spend our money.
Aha. Boom. That is a classic class. Genji says no to the black dial. See, she's not tempting me to stay there. My money. She wants me to get another turquoise. Problem with the turquoise is it doesn't match. Beautiful watch.
Mark, I had the black rubber version of this one, that also had the calendar functions in it, and you could put your schedule in it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Took you an hour to put one scheduled event in.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I remember, in the hot summer days, I remember taking off my watch, and after wearing it, after being under that cheap rubber strap for the whole day, my wrist would smell somewhat like my foot. I'd have to wash my arm all the way up to the wrist, and
yeah.
So
aside from my G-Shocks and my Iron Man, I do have two other crappy little digital watches. I forget what that one's called. World Timer or something, maybe? I can't. Maybe this one's a World Timer.
Link for crappy little digital watches, please.
Doc Mick says, is there a square Casio with a heart monitor? I don't want an Apple Watch. I think there is. I think there is a new G-Shock maybe that has a heart monitor. I remember reading that. Oh yeah, Orchid says the same thing. G-Shock.
I know there's some of those Aura rings that you can buy that have heart monitors.
Yeah.
But you have to have your phone near you because it, Bluetooths or whatever.
Aha. So yeah, it looks like, here you go. There's a couple on there that look good. Hey, we have someone join us. Do you want to be on camera, or do you want to have your... You're good? All right, I'm going to add you to the stage.
All right. How do I shut the camera off? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. What's happening, Harry? How are you?
Good, doing well. How are you?
Oh, can't complain.
Mark, are you okay? It says "Go Pats" behind him.
Well, I although I'm not a real Pats fan, I am originally a New Englander from Western Massachusetts, so I'll give it a pass. I'm sure there's some Red Sox stuff back there that I would love. Oh, so what are you looking to sell?
So, I'm not sure. That's the hard thing, is what to part with. I'm not quite sure. I think I could say that. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn on the volume. I'm twice. I'm not sure what part of the conversation reacted to. So I'm looking at look at time. I've gotten to the point where I get a few more watches. Just picked up a piece, and it would be good to pay something towards it. So my collecting style, I think, is different than a lot of people. I collect over the whole spectrum. You know what I mean? Well,
right.
not
I know you've got a couple Rolex. I know you got a bunch of like a few, or at least a few
Rolex, yeah,
Hoyers, like
yeah,
the original Hoyers.
would be $500 for.
Yeah.
So the question being, where do I sell? Like the ones that are in like the $2,000 to $3,000, $2,000 to $5,000 market. Am I better off listening to eBay myself? Am I better off dealing with like a European company or something? Yeah, I've never actually sold a watch. And kind of feel like I'm
Okay.
lost.
So things under $5,000, I've had a lot of success on eBay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you price them reasonably and you it depends on the watch. Sometimes if it's something I need eyeballs on, I'll hit the promote, I won't go for the full amount. Like they always, if you hit the promotion thing, it's like a percentage, right, Brian?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll hit I won't hit the full percent, I'll put in a smaller percentage for promotion sake. And I usually get rid of them pretty quick. How about you? I know you've done a lot of stuff on eBay, watches and otherwise, Brian.
Yeah. So with watches, on eBay, I like to make sure that they sell for over the $2,000 level so that they go to the authenticator.
Yes.
And the reason I do that is because that takes me out of the loop of when the watch arrives, was it in the box?
Yeah.
Because that's one of the biggest scams, which doesn't really happen that much anymore, is, hey, the box arrived, but it was broken open, and here's a picture of the box broken open, and the watch is gone. So if you're in that $2,000 to $5,000 range,
Yep.
eBay's the way to go. Don't let it sell for less than $2,000, because then you get to ship it to the authenticator for free.
Right. So
do you
the other
price it where you want to get out of it, or do you put it up for a bid, or
I do buy it nows
yeah.
with best offers, and unless I'm willing to lose the money, I won't let it go for less than 2,000.
and
I have not had any problems, but I also still put my seatbelt on when I get in the car.
Yep. So how do you determine what to price? Because do you price them at what you feel they're worth, or do you go on and look for others? I mean, because they're used, there's so many different variables with condition.
Yeah. So as a private seller with probably little feedback on eBay,
Yeah.
I go and look at Chrono 24 or see what other listings for that watch or what it. Yeah, I try to figure out what people are trying to list it for.
Yeah.
And then know that you've got to undercut them because because you're not a professional seller. You've got to be you're just going to have to undercut the professional sellers.
Makes sense. Yep.
Now it's usually better. The sale on eBay is usually better than what any dealer is going to give you for the watch, because the dealer is going to want to make 35 to 50%
right
on the sale.
Yeah.
It really depends on what it is as to their level of interest in it, because they have to resell it. But I agree with Brian. The other thing with sending it to the authenticator is, regardless of the pros, cons, good, bad of their authentication process, at least they have the peace of mind of knowing that it was done, that somebody looked at it and said, yeah, I think this is a real, that this is a genuine piece. It takes that doubt out of people's mind. Like I said, I don't know, I don't know how good, I don't know what they do. I know they claim to do a process. I'm not sure what they do, but it does make people feel better about the purchase, because for a lot of people, when they're buying these, if they're not like like big collectors and stuff. You know, a lot of times if someone sees it and buys, you know, likes it, wants to buy it, they may not be a watch enthusiast. They may not have all the knowledge and the know-how, and it just sets them at ease. And it also, like, once it goes through authentication, you get paid. You don't have to wait for the buyer to receive it. Once, you know.
Yeah.
I've done a bunch of buying, but I've never sold. Would it make sense for me to sell some, you know, $200 watches just to establish some credibility as a seller?
Yeah, when you're starting to sell, always sell the cheapest stuff first.
Okay.
So that you get some sold activity under your belt and you learn the process.
Yep.
And you don't screw something up on a bigger ticket item.
That's good feedback. Yeah.
The other thing I was going to say, in the price range you're looking at, European watch doesn't really specialize there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, they're trying to pick up some of that, you know, lower that $3,000 to $5,000 price range market.
Yeah.
But from a from a retailer standpoint, there's a processing cost per item because they have to photograph it, they have to inspect it, do all that stuff. So they don't want to go that low.
Yeah. So eBay is the best route.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Oh, by the way, Brian, I was in the land of the mouse a week ago today. I was looking for you as a driver.
Oh.
Didn't get
Yeah. I was off last Sunday.
Yeah. That's so. This is I think I might have shown this one. This is my Doxa.
Oh yeah. Hold on, let me make you big. That's a beautiful watch.
Calm down, Mark. Calm down. It's only got one crown.
I know, but it's a cool looking watch.
Yeah.
So this is going to fall under the $2,000 price range. Would I be better off going with like a watch you seek type market for this one?
No, I'd put that on eBay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
It's the right color.
Yeah.
And what should I? Let's help me through. What would you list this at? And I won't start with this one. I'll start with when I actually do start.
Yeah. What's retail on that one? Hold on. That's a we go to Doxa web.
I'm not 100% sure they even still make this exact one. This is the 300 with the
300T, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yep.
So here's an orange one that watches Switzerland, new for 1990. So let me head over to eBay.
There's somebody selling that right now. They've got it. Oh, wait, that's a limited edition. Never mind. Looks like those are listing for $2,800 brand new.
To 300.
Wow, that seems high. Yeah. I think I only paid like $1,800 for it. If that.
Yeah, I think it's like a $2,000 watch now. But people are still asking close to $2,000 for those. I think that's it'd be a little bit harder to get, but that's a good color. That's that Tiffany blue one, or whatever they call it.
Yeah. And what's cool about this is Doxa had this color before Rolex did.
Yeah.
So it's like you could buy it and not feel like you're just trying to. I wish I had the Rolex, but I didn't. You know what I mean?
Aquamarine, they call it. Yeah, here's one.
So when you're looking on eBay and you do a search for something, on the far left-hand side, there's a button that says sold items. It'll say show only and then sold items. That'll show you things that actually sold and what they actually sold for.
Okay.
So like I just did a search for that, and that watch actually sold for $1,500 in April of this year.
That was kind of gonna be where I was gonna be like $1,300 to $1,600 in that range on something like that.
So would you guys put a buy it now price on it around 1,500, or would you make offers or open?
I would put a buy it now at 1,500 and then click the best offer. And then when you're in the best offer thing, it'll let you set a minimum offer where it'll automatically reject anything. Like if you say, I don't want anything less than 1,100, you can put the 1,100 in there and it'll just automatically, you won't have to respond to those offers. It'll automatically kick those people.
Okay.
Yeah. And I would do it slightly differently because I'm seeing an April sale date of 1,500.
Mm-hmm.
I would list it for, assuming it's in great condition, box and full set. I would say I'd list it for 1,800 or best offer, and then accept anything above 1,500.
Okay, that sounds good to me. Again, I won't list it first because I never sold a watch, and
That's
And
actually not a bad first watch though to sell.
No, and
right,
and as long as you don't need, if you don't need the money to eat next week, just take some good pictures, price it to price it protectively, and put it up there and let it sit.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Answer all the stupid questions that you're going to get.
Yes.
Yeah.
Take all the good pictures that you can of it. Order priority mail shipping supplies for free from the post office.
Yeah. I think I've got one more. I'll let you opinion on this. I don't know what the hell I did with it.
Which just reminded me I needed to order some. Thank you. Where is...
See, this is why I need to sell watches, and I just can't find one.
Because you lost it.
But frankly, it's a watch that I thought I was going to love.
Okay.
And then I bought it and put it on. And the salmon colored dial is like exactly my skin tone.
Oh.
So it just doesn't work because of that. Anybody else with different color skin tone would probably work for, but
Right. That's why I like the super racing. It's black and gold like my blood.
I think I might have found it. Yeah, I found it.
Good morning, Esoteric. Dear Artifact, I agree. I've come close to buying a Doxa many times myself, too. I see them, I'm like, it's so cool. I just don't know that I would ever wear it, but they're cool looking watches.
So literally, this one is so I've never even opened it.
Uh-huh.
Well, actually,
we have an unboxing.
We have an unboxing.
I think you might have had this one before. I think I saw it on. You had a, what do you call it on it? A thumbnail on it from one of you.
Okay.
Mark, look, you're up on the big screen in the background.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
that's a cool watch.
Yeah, it's frankly, I love the band on it. It's got the but just like I can almost put it here, but when you look at my skin tone, it's literally just.
Yeah, but it's got the silver outer ring, so at least it separates that from your from the case.
Did you have to get on a waiting list for that, or?
I knew it was coming. Grunfeld is generally, it's safe to say it's out of my price range, right?
Yeah.
Like the chronograph, it's always been a dream watch, but that's never coming for many reasons. So this was kind of an entry into the brand and just kind of have that same feel without actually spending.
Right.
They go for.
It's a cool looking watch, though. What size is it?
I want to say it's like 39.
Okay.
Let me put it on.
One of the dealers that I kind of follow had one of those, and I'm trying to remember where and how much.
So I'm just going to hold it like this. Just sorry, it's technically challenged when it comes to these eBay things. Oh, these are.
There you go. Boom.
You can see how the color. I mean, it fits good from a size perspective, but
Yeah.
the color just. So is this an eBay or is this somewhere else?
Ooh.
I'm trying to do some research for you.
Okay.
I'm not. Yeah, because I think that's going to sell quick, and I think you could probably make a couple bucks on that. Don't you think, Brian? Because they're not, even though they're not super expensive, they're not easy to come by.
So I'll give you a little history on this one. When I bought it, you know, sitting in front of my computer on the day it released, instantly click buy it now, and probably in the first 10 minutes. And then it stuck around for about an hour and a half. I think there were 300 watches total that they were offering.
Okay.
It stuck around, and I could go back in and refresh and see how many are left in the box, of the 300, how many were left. And it got down about an hour and a half in. It got down to somewhere around 100 left, and then it was just gone. Then it was sold out. So either that system wasn't refreshing, but it sold out in about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Looks like a couple of them have sold in the $2,800 to $3,000 range on eBay.
Okay. Were those new, unworn, or does that even matter with this?
Unworn full set, unworn full set, full set. Yeah, I mean, that's a perfect eBay watch. I'd put that up for 3,000, and you'd probably move it pretty quick.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. It's cool, and it's kind of rare. Like you said, they put 300 up, and so it makes it's interesting from that perspective. And you'll find a good market. I think a fast market for that watch. Marine Layer says it's a great watch. I think it's cool. I think that was a cool watch. Jen G says there's one on eBay right now for $39.30.
Don't trust Jen G. She's a temptress and will lead you the wrong way.
She is the timepiece temptress.
Gen G, I think I may have one of those quartz Omegas you're looking for.
Uh-huh.
Raise the price to her. Raise the price.
Charge her more.
I don't know. Is she looking for like mint, or is she looking for something she can work on?
I'm not sure.
Active on eBay right now, there's 3 of these watches. The lowest one is $2,900. The highest one is $3,900.
There you go.
So put it.
The $3,900 one is in Denmark, so forget that. It's never going to get here.
Jen says she found another one that was up for $3,800. They dropped it to $2,999. What was that watch new? Was that around $2,200?
I think it was. Yeah.
Now you'll be branded a dirty flipper.
Well, that's the thing. I literally, yesterday was the first day I ever sold a watch, because I traded one in, and and it's just like, like I said, the time has come. So I think I'm gonna start selling some. I think it's hard because all the watches are personal. You know what I mean? And I had this conversation with my we're talking about. All right, what do we clear? She just wants to watch and said, tell me about this one.
Jen G wants to know, what Omega do you have?
So here, Jen, I'll show you a picture of it.
Whoa.
I don't know exactly which reference it is. I used to know, but it's literally been sitting in my box forever. This one is from a condition wise.
Mint, double mint, Gen G, double mint, extra box and papers, everything, triple the price.
2 boxes, 3 sets of papers. What's on the back?
So this was the original owner. I'm assuming it was given to him. It's funny, when I bought this watch, it actually still had the old mercury batteries in it. So it hadn't been used forever. Right? Basically, it's never been used. I don't know if I can show that. So I don't know if this is a 1330 Gen or not. I think it might be, because when I heard you say that number, I was like, that rings a bell.
Gen G, the owner of that, took it to space. It's worth 10 times now.
It was on the moon. It's on the moon, Genji.
It went past the moon. It's been to Mars.
Been to Mars.
That's why it had a Mercury battery.
Genji says it looks close to it, to the 1330.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, JB, I'm doing better. Thank you.
So how much, Brian? What would you price something like that at?
Oof.
Well, since Gen G wants it, $1 million.
Marine Layer says, how much? Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait, I'm playing with the layout. Don't mind me.
Marine Layer says, how much for that Omega?
Yeah. Again, never sold a watch, so what watches are worth to me is different than what they go for. I need to come to that. Yep.
Those quartz Omegas, I don't. As much of an Omega fanboy as I am, I don't.
Gen G, I'll tell you right now, that's the one and only watch that is not a Swatch Group shitter. It's super valuable.
Super valuable.
Thanks, Brian.
Looks like that watch is in the 800 to 850 range.
Due to the condition, do you swap from there? You know what I mean?
I heard 8,000.
8,000 for Gen.
I'll show you another one, another in that vein. Right? So this is the 1952, I think it is 52 Seamaster.
Oh,
Condition is not nowhere near as good as that other one. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So does condition make you say, all right, I want to go with the other one? You know what I mean? I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Oh, now you got Jen excited. Hold on. Put that one back. She's oohing.
he's oohing and eyeing.
So this is they reissued this one. This is the Seamaster 48 that they reissued, I think.
Yeah.
And this is the original one. This one's from 1952. I've got this one and got a couple iterations. I've got this and I've got it in stainless steel.
Brian, what do you think something like that for?
I don't know, but that went to the bottom of the Mariana Trench with a skin diver that was really famous back then. So that watch is like $28 million.
There you go.
Brian, you want to see the watch that went to the bottom of the Mariana Trench?
Uh-oh.
I think I have one. Hold on. Yeah. Those types of like watches, and the niche ones with the history, are kind of what I seek out. So this one, this is Jean Richard Aquastar.
Yeah.
I think it's the 1810 or 1583, one of the two. Cheap watch, but pretty cool because it was in the Trieste. This is the end with the two watches worn.
Very cool.
And Daniel Jean Richard was a sub-brand of Gerard Perregaux.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, they were in the same group.
Everybody hold on. Jen.
Uh-oh.
Listen here, you scumbags.
Scumbag.
Wait, Mark. Hey, Mark. Guess what? Since you gave me keys, you know what I can do? I can mute Gen G all day long.
You won't let her call you a scumbag live on the air?
No, that's okay. I'm used to it.
I was gonna say.
Don't worry, I'll fly down and say it to your face, Brian. I would.
I'm used to that too.
No, Philippe, it's funny you should mention that. We are running employee pricing for all on many of our models.
Well, dang, look at that. Get you a Jeep.
Come get a Jeep. Does not qualify for certain. There's a few that don't qualify for, including we just got $101,000 392 V8 last edition
Trackhawk.
Wrangler.
I'm sorry. Did you just say $100,000 Jeep?
I said 101.
A Wrangler. A Wrangler. At
I'm
that.
sorry.
Not even a Gladiator. A freaking Wrangler.
I'm sorry. My old ears. Did you just say a Jeep that sells brand new for over $100,000?
I believe, Brian, I did.
Oh my
It
god!
doesn't sell for over $100,000 because nobody will ever pay that much for it. They would
Oh,
like to
they'll
get
pay.
that for it, but
They'll pay. Here's how bad it is. When we get anything in like that, we have to put it on the showroom because people steal them because those engines are
oh
30,
yeah,
40
yeah,
grand just for the engine.
they'll chop it up.
Yep.
Like Jen, I was, you thought I was rude by just muting you. Mark,
know.
you hop on and Mark starts talking about Jeeps.
I know. Like he gave me the cold shoulder completely when it comes to watches.
Have a
Yeah.
Jeep.
So Brian, the last two I showed, would you list those for a buy it now price, or would you let those just auction out?
eBay is really converted over to buy it now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They really
So-
don't like.
Yeah,
They
all right.
really don't like doing auctions.
Cool. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, the buy it now with the option to make an offer is perfect for those.
Okay.
Yep. And always overprice what you think it's going to be and then accept a lower offer. You can always lower prices, but it's really hard to sell something and then raise a price because you sold it too cheap.
Yeah.
Right, Mark?
I do it every day.
Right. That $101,000 Jeep. That $101,000 Jeep was really $78,000 before.
That's right. Oops. Yeah, make sure you keep track of all your fees and stuff because that's usually what sneaks up on you.
Yeah.
And how much are the fees usually? Is it like 15%?
They put them out there, like they tell you how much it is. I wouldn't be able to tell you off the top of my head how
Okay.
much it is, but they let you know. But just make sure you calculate it all up so that you know
Hang
what you're
on.
offering to somebody.
I figure on a watch under $2,000, I figure it's going to be 12%.
Okay.
Okay. Do you free shipping or do you charge them shipping?
Oh no,
I
I
charge cheap shipping.
yeah, I ship everything priority mail. If they don't like it, kiss my butt, go shop somewhere else.
Yeah. I usually put my shipping at like $19.99. I try not to make it oppressive, but
Yeah.
If you when you do the listing, if you use priority mail flat rate and you just tell them what size box it's going to fit in, then
Yeah.
eBay calculates that automatically, and then they
Okay.
give you a little extra money on your side.
Yeah.
Cool. I want to thank you both. Helpful. Like I said, kind of feel like trying to start selling watches, but haven't walked that path before and haven't had anything really of significant value that would warrant like a European watch go.
yeah.
Well, and now since you're in the States, you'll have a better market, honestly, because there aren't that many listings that are up from the States. A lot of them are Japanese listings or Chinese or Australian listings. So it's like anything in the States is going to be a priority, even if the shipping is maybe a little bit more. They're going to do it because they know it's not going to take forever to get to them, and it's just going to be an easier process for them.
Excellent point, Jen. And also the tariffs. I bought a watch
Yeah.
about a month ago, and I bought it before the tariffs were introduced, and they literally hit the market the day it
Yeah.
hit the US. So I ended up paying $600 in additional.
Oh. Yeah.
So
Check
there's
that thing out. That's not mine. Ours isn't online. It just came in. It's not online yet.
Rubicon.
so I just posted the for non-store owners, which you would be because you don't need to put it by a store. You just pay the little fee for it per listing. The eBay fees are in the chat right now.
Okay. Yeah.
It's 15 for those of you that can't read. It's 15% of the total amount of the sale up to $1,000. Then 6.5% of the portion of the sale from $1,000 to $7,500, and then 3% of the portion of the sale over $7,500. Sounds like some finance office calculation there, Mark.
That's some fucking paper towel math there.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about parting with a lot of Omegas.
What?
Yeah, I really am.
He's still my heart.
I'm sorry to say that because I know it's an important brand to you. But
Well, you've got a big counter there. Just start laying them out.
So one I have is that
Okay. Oh, yeah.
this is the hard thing. Is
There's
each
a
of them watches
Seamaster.
up to me, and it's like I don't even. I need to sell it from the perspective of just have too many watches, but I still love them.
Yeah. But I mean, it adds up. You know, you have, 3 or 4 watches that are, $800 to $1,000. You
Yeah.
sell them off. That's another nice watch,
Yeah,
Unless
right.
you're Brian, and then that's not even going to pay for the clasp on your watch because Brian's a baller.
That's sometimes the case.
That's the only time I'm
I will
allowed to. That's the only time I'm allowed to have balls.
Oh my God! Stop, Brian.
I'm kind of a collector that I collect watches I like, but
Yeah.
I buy new that I wear. You know what I mean? Like, the vintage watches, they look a little small. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, some of them can run small for sure.
Hey, we got a new #1 fan. Tornado says geriatric watch talk. Thank you, sir. Thanks for stopping by. But please hit the up button.
Hey, Mark, would you like an unboxing?
Sure.
Promise me that you won't make this a thumbnail, or
I won't make
you
it a
All right, you guys want to try and guess what you think I might have got? Picked it up yesterday, and again, part of the reason why it makes sense to sell some watches.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
Let's see.
Uh-oh.
Uh,
Uh-oh. Hello.
Wow. Okay.
Interesting.
That green looks familiar.
So it's a Nomos. Okay. No.
Yeah. So I remember that you liked dive watches and Hoyers and some of those kind of vintagey Omega, Universal Genève kind of things.
Yep, that's exactly right. Yeah.
This is none of those, Mark. Can
Nope.
you see the writing on the box?
Rolex. See the inner box. Oh, okay.
So interesting. It doesn't come with the little foam sleeves anymore.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
environmentally friendly.
Is that what it is? That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, foam is bad.
It's bad.
Yeah. Plus, they had to raise the prices, so they had to cut something.
It gets it gets into the dolphins, which affects the taste of my tuna.
Is that what's happening?
All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
All right, wait. Hold on. First, let me do my best impression of OC. Let's check the upvotes here because we have a major Rolex unboxing. We got 19 upvotes, 27 people watching. 2 of them are Mark's troll accounts. 1 is my troll account. So there's 4 more people that need to hit the upvote button.
We need 4 upvotes for a major Rolex unboxing. A crown.
And we know that that's the medium-sized box.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that it's not full precious metal.
Okay.
Other than that, it doesn't give us any freaking clues.
So I remember, and I not only do I remember it, I remember it because he wore it actually diving, which I thought was super cool. That he got the Sermon. And I kind of remember the backstory behind it of almost buying it in the aluminum bezel, and then wife getting pregnant and planning for the family, so we pushed that one back.
Wow, Mark, you got a great memory. I'm impressed.
I do. Well, it was a great story. It was great. I
can't remember where he left his keys yesterday, but
I don't know where my keys are, but I remember that story.
So I traded in on this. My my HS 126-300, the blue
Okay.
dial oyster.
Hmm.
I think we're looking at a Starbucks.
He has
I have one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we're looking at the new one.
he has the new
I had to do it.
We're looking at the old one.
I think.
Okay, fucker, put that away. We like green. We're looking at a left-hand drive Sprite.
You know, I was on the list for that, and as a lefty, it was like, "God, this would be cool." But then I got the Starbucks, and it's like, why bother?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm thinking we have a Bruce Wayne.
Interesting.
Was it at Watches and Wonders?
This year? Is it a this year release? You mean?
Yeah.
No, it was
Okay.
released a couple of years ago.
Okay.
It's an OP41 green. That's what it is. OP41 green. Got them all figured out. I can see through the box.
What size box does a Sea Dweller come in?
It depends on the metal.
Because it could be a Sea Dweller. If they traded in his Datejust, I think it might be something fancier because he's got the dive.
It could be the James Cameron mark, and he's doing it just to troll the shit out of you. And then to even further piss you off, he's going to take a sledgehammer at all those Omegas and smash them on that heavy
Oh
jump.
man,
Yeah.
that's just hurtful. That's just hurtful.
Sea Dweller?
So I will say it's a bit of a statement piece.
Oh shit.
A Guinness, Pepsi. So I think it's in the I think it might be in the GMT line. I don't know why, but I just kind of.
Datejust? Are
We
you
Yeah,
do
still
have four upvotes.
We can just start. Let's just name all the Rolex models, and then we will have gotten it right.
To rule out the GMT, I've got this one.
Oh,
Ah,
nice. Bowler. Heck yeah.
Yeah, that's the GMT Master 2 starter kit.
No, it's
oh,
the real one. So it's simple. Yeah, I travel a one time zone, right? So I can look at that hand and know what it is set to.
There you go.
Yeah, Brian.
Hey,
And
I can do
I'm a
-3.
little old and the white dial perfect. Just reading it when you need to see the time.
I can do -3, -5, +6. You know, but I need that other part on there, the bezel, to play with.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I that may be the next path I go is to replace that one with the GMT. But I like it so much that it's like I don't know that I need it. You know, and I don't want to get into that only having the hype watches. You know, that I don't want to be that guy.
I'm stumped then. I was really thinking GMT is a statement piece.
It's a good thing OC's sleeping right now because he would have taken offense to that.
So there's a story as to why I got this.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you the watch that it's replacing. So I think you and I talked. My son and I have kind of bonded over F1.
Yeah.
To do. And so we went every year. We'd go to the Montreal F1.
Mm-hmm.
Last year I went, and it was, well, first of all, they decided to put on a concert, right? So in order to put on a concert for, I don't know who the guy was, but he ended up not showing. But in order to put it up, they went and built this concert area, and the concert area took up all the walking path you used to get to your seats.
Okay.
So as a result, it was they made you walk this path through the woods, which on a rainy weekend was just 200,000 people walking over a muddy. And I get to my seats, and they're the same seats, and they were perfect. So they changed the way the seats aligned. So instead of having a perfect look down the stretch, I had this offset view that I couldn't see half the race. You know what I mean? I was like,
Yeah.
that's it. I think, so on the ride home, my son and I talked about it. Let's go somewhere else. Well, this was the watch I wore, and because it's the Hoya. So
Nice.
this was what I was looking to replace. You know, not, and again, I'm not selling this watch because it's important to me.
Okay,
So
so
you-
it's a chronograph.
So yeah,
Got the Daytona.
So which Daytona did you get? Did you get the Panda from retail? Are you a baller like that?
I didn't get the Panda.
Okay.
You want me to just show you what I got?
it's the new Tiffany blue dial solid gold.
Oyster Flex. Oh, if you did that, you'd break the internet. I'm gonna say Space Panda.
What's the Space Panda?
It's what is it? Stainless steel black dial with silver subdials on black Oyster Flex.
I thought that was what you called your
Oyster Flex?
imaginary friend.
It's a good guess, but I thought it was it. All right, why don't I just put an end to this and let you guys.
Do it.
I think it's black dial. Bum, bum,
I think it's,
bum.
oh, reverse Panda. I was close. Very nice. God damn, look at that.
That one you can actually kind of read, Brian.
Shh, don't ruin its reputation.
It probably fits you too, Lucha.
No, it won't fit me.
No, Luca,
It fits
you
you.
won't believe it. Because you and I have the same size wrist, right?
Yeah.
And this was never on the shopping list for me ever because, like you, it didn't. The old one just didn't look right. Right?
Yeah.
This one fits perfectly on the wrist.
See?
Literally, it's to the point where I'm like, I can sell everything else. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So this is the new, actually almost 40 millimeter version.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. It does have extra pushers and stuff, Brian.
Yeah. Oh, and a whole bunch of screw down shit.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's good stuff.
But it makes it miserable for a left-hander to unscrew the crowns and unscrew the pushers.
Yeah. This is true.
Only if you wore it on the proper hand, just because you're left-handed doesn't mean you need to wear it on the right hand, Brian.
Yes, it does.
Billy guessed it was Daytona. BW says that's a beauty. He definitely prefers that one to the Panda. I do too. I'm not a big Panda fan.
No, it's I frankly, when I set up the meeting with AAD a couple months ago, I had requested. I said, okay, can you set aside for me, GMT, basically every model that I wanted to see.
Yeah.
And so I went in there. She had them all set up and basically in a row. And I tried this one on, and I didn't even bother trying on the white one.
Aha.
Literally, it's perfect.
Cool.
And the other thing is that if the white one is so hype that you ever hear the saying, the carpet doesn't match the drapes.
Yes.
So me wearing the hypest watch, I mean, I'm an old guy that you know what I mean? Somebody sees me wearing the most hype watch, then they're just going to be like, oh yeah, that's probably a fake. You know what I mean? Like that perfect example. Like you see Tim wearing his Daytona. I mean, I don't follow him anymore.
Yeah.
But if you didn't know him, you just saw him walking down the street with that watch, you'd probably think, that's probably not an authentic one, right? Just because like somebody like Don, pull off. Somebody like me is just trying to be something he's not. You know what I mean? Yeah. But this color just is perfect. You know.
Very nice. I like it.
Thanks.
Very cool.
Unlike all these haters, I do like the Daytona.
Yeah.
Why do people not like this watch?
Well, Brian said he won't wear it because it's not on the right wrist.
Look, I'm just an angry lesbian trapped in a middle-aged man's body. Leave me alone.
Right. That's right.
BW says great
Pink
piece.
Joan Rivers trapped in a man's body. Yep.
Yeah.
And Mark says they're ladies' watches
They're a
because he
little
doesn't know
small.
better.
Hold on. Hold on. Let me do this. Boom.
I know. That's because you opened your hand. It's like the freaking Chinese finger trap.
There's
Is that
me
the Oyster
wearing.
Flex?
That's OC's Oyster Flex.
So a couple of years ago, I tried on the Oyster Flex, and like you, it just didn't quite look right on me.
Yeah, it's just tiny.
This sits a whole different world.
Yeah.
It's I don't know how they did it, because they really didn't make the watch significantly bigger. They did extend the lug length, which I think is what it's all about, and then the way they did the bracelet, that just makes it work. I think on an Oyster Flex, this watch is still too small for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is one of 2 Daytonas that I would consider owning if the price was right. Is OC's exact model.
Mhm.
It's so
And the
small.
only reason I would wear that is not to tell time, but to let people know that my balls are bigger than theirs.
Does OC have this watch?
He has
Oh,
the
yeah, the one that in the picture that I'm wearing is OC's watch.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Sundust baguette.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What'd you call me?
Sundust baguette.
Oh, yeah.
So that gives you an idea of on the wrist. I can't quite turn my arm enough way to give it the full profile, but it just fits. It's right.
Heck yeah.
There you go. Oh, that's a beautiful watch. It's actually, everyone goes crazy about the Panda, but I prefer the black with the silver subdial circles.
I'm officially biased now because everybody that loves their watch more than the other
Yeah.
one. But I'm with you too. Frankly, getting it the white one probably would have been beyond my spend history, so to speak. So I didn't even bother trying. But when I saw the black one, it was perfect. I didn't need to go any further.
No, it's pretty. It's a pretty watch. That one's actually easier to read than a lot of them. There's some of them. So I agree with Brian. There's some I look at. I'm like, where's the time? Yeah.
Yeah. And if you wear it on the right wrist, you don't have to worry about the pushers grabbing your wrists.
Mm-hmm.
You do have to worry about arm hair getting trapped in the crowns when you close them.
Facts. Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, Johnny.
It's really nice. The black dial is super cool for a 38 millimeter. It wears like a 40. There you go.
So first of all, Mark, it's very nice of you to put a show title up that says your Rolex is probably ugly, and then you have a Daytona unboxed.
I think he's conflicted.
Yes, I'm just saying. But I owned it. I owned a Daytona, and I liked it. I just didn't. I need the date function more than I need a chronograph.
See, I can't read the data even on the only data I can read is on that what do you call it, the polar. I can't read the data on stuff without reading glasses. So.
Oh, the minute I gave in and admitted that my eyes are old and I started wearing glasses, I was like, well, shit, now I can buy a whole bunch of watches that I couldn't read the date on before.
Exactly.
That is gorgeous. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So this is why this is time to sell some watches.
Yes.
And the other thing being is, starting to get why people, why somebody like that isn't a fan of Tudor or something like that. You know what I mean? Just from the perspective of if you have this in your box, it's kind of what you want to wear.
Yeah.
And I love Tudor. I'm not trying to cite him at all or anything, but it's
No, but there's a difference in perception.
yeah. So that's all I had. I just wanted to.
Yeah,
Just a Daytona.
Just
no big deal.
Yeah, I don't downplay it. I really don't. This is
No, I know.
this is it's huge. I mean, it's it's the Everest of watch collecting for me because I don't
Yeah.
have the money to pay for a gold one, or would I want to part with enough watches to get the gold ones? You know what I mean? I'm not a gold guy. I don't think there's anywhere to go for me. I'm quite happy with it.
That is an absolute stunner.
And you got it at retail. That's even better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, right?
That'll look great at your next F1 adventure.
Mm-hmm.
So this one's going somewhere else because I'm not going back to Montreal.
Okay.
And I'm trying to be careful as to not disclose too much personal info.
Yeah.
But it's going to Monaco on the yacht.
On the yacht. You're switching over to NASCAR and going to the Daytona 500.
I want to see something that I got when I had the suspicion that this watch was coming.
Okay.
I picked this up.
Very
Very
nice.
nice.
Just the coolest hat, right?
Yeah.
It is.
And it's from.
Well, it's got the track on the back.
I've heard of that place, Daytona.
I did I think it was Richard Petty driving experience at Daytona years ago.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
I did a couple of mini meetups at the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Uh-huh.
And if you want to see something funny, they opened up the Roval course for us.
Yeah.
Watch 38 assorted different minis going around us.
That is cool. So did they make you change your brake fluid for that?
No,
No?
we were allowed to run anything we wanted, however we wanted. We just had to sign a waiver that was about 38 pages, and each page had to be signed.
Nice.
And then we also had to not let our insurance companies know we were on there.
Yeah. So how is life with one kidney?
It actually wasn't. It wasn't all that expensive because we had like 30. I think there was about 40 different car owners that spread out the cost of the. It was like $10,000.
No, I meant for the waiver that you signed.
Oh,
I'm sure
that was
it's in there somewhere you gave up a kidney.
no, that was just ink. That was just ink. They didn't care. They got their money.
Yeah.
You know, I did something with my son last year for his 18th birthday. In Vegas, they have this thing called Speed Vegas. You guys ever heard of that?
Speed Vegas. I'm not sure. I've been to the Vegas. I've been to. So when you go out to the track in Vegas, they have the NASCAR oval, they have the NHRA, and they have the dirt ring, the bull ring there. I've been to NASCAR and World of Outlaws there.
This is its own. I want to say 1.5 miles, maybe 2 mile track that you can drive basically any supercar you want.
Oh, whoa.
And you could drive it you could put the foot to the floor and drive it as fast as you want. They have a professional race driver.
Yeah. Very cool.
What a cool experience. So
Yeah.
for my son's 18th birthday, he drove a Ferrari.
He drove a Ferrari? Cool.
Yeah. The 488 Pistol, I think. He drove
Nice.
GT3 RS.
You know what I would take there, Jen, don't you?
A Jeep.
A 392 Wrangler.
Ooh, David. Ooh.
Don't shit creek me.
I will. I'm allowed.
Where is?
Oh man, that's cool. That's fun to drive on those tracks. We used to have a lot of when they would come out with new products, they would have these big ride and drive meetups, and So like some of the Jeep stuff, it was off-road courses, but then when we get like a car in, we would go do some, some of the car stuff on the tracks and the driving around. It was fun. Those things were always fun.
Do you guys have one of those like mini Jeep courses at the dealership that you're at?
No.
Everywhere in Pittsburgh is a mini Jeep
Yeah, I was
course.
gonna say with
I
all the
know,
hills
right?
and potholes and turns and bends and one-way streets, everything's a Jeep course. I'll be getting a new demo this week. Woo-hoo.
So what are you looking to get for a demo?
I'll probably just take another Grand Cherokee.
Okay.
They sell fast.
Yeah. My brother loves his. He has a used one.
Yeah.
He loves it. It's white with a black leather interior. Nice car.
Oh, yeah. The most awarded SUV in the history of SUVs.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we at our upvotes? 27 upvotes. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Oh my! So that was kind of exciting. Yeah, like Brian said, I put up a thing saying your Rolex is probably. And Harry comes on with the Daytona unboxing. Jeez, okay.
Hey, you gotta throw the curveballs at him. Gotta keep him on their toes.
But honestly, my friend still hates his Oyster smooth bezel Wimbledon.
Oh, really?
He still hates it.
What doesn't he like about it?
Anything.
Oh, really?
He hates that watch. He bought it because they offered it to him. It was a couple years ago.
Okay.
I told you he used to leave it sitting in the cup holder of his car, hoping somebody would steal it.
That was the Wimbledon that I was looking to get first too.
Yeah.
But I got off the blue dial.
Oh yeah, the blue dial's nice.
There you go,
Blue
Mark.
dial, blue bezel,
There's
white
the
gold.
Mini on the track.
There's my car on the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
Tel Fleet says, Mark, new Ferrari hybrid prices are in free fall. The SF90
Yep.
down from almost 1 million to like 500K. People just tired of the games, and now that there are poor returns, they are flocking away from the brand. They're all buying 392 Wranglers.
Wrong.
From that face right there.
Thanks,
The SF90 just didn't do well as far as it doesn't have the Ferrari sound, and that really turned a lot of people off to it. So people that got it flipped it, and they got I can't remember what it was. The 290, I think, is what came out after that, and they all switched to the 290 because they didn't like the hybrid system in the SF90. So
you know what sounds cool?
What?
The new electric Charger Stage 2.
No, that doesn't sound cool.
It does sound cool. It sounds like a big ass V8. It's just speakers. I know it's a full electric, but it sounds bad. Every time someone takes one for a test drive, it goes rumbling in front of the showroom. I'm like, damn, that thing sounds good. If only it had a real engine.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy what they're able to do with them now.
The 296 also in free fall.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not as in demand. A lot of people are going back to like the 550, and because there's now a company that does a manual swap on the 550s, and so a lot of people are grabbing those up because they're
Alexa,
like
remind me again in 30 minutes.
they're super affordable as far as Ferraris are concerned, and they're abundant. So a lot of people are snagging them up and throwing a manual in them, doing a little bit of body work on them and letting them run because they're a solid car. But yeah, it's, analog V12. A lot of people are going back to that.
Yeah. BW says neighbor of his bought a Maserati MC20. It looks great and sounds amazing, but it's a big POS and will make him cry.
The MC20 is sexy, man. That's a great car. But yeah, like you said, trying to sell that on the secondary, they're going to lose their lunch on that one.
Losing their lunch. It happens. Well, let me see if I can find.
Apes the Revuelto. So there is a YouTuber that I follow, and he's had the Revuelto since the early release. They're still, shaking out the bugs on it, but it is a fantastic car. He drove it from Vancouver all the way down to LA, so 2,500 miles, and had no issues with it at all. The issue that he seems to be having, and a lot of people are having, is the transmissions tend to weep, and so they're working on those to get them tightened up and everything. But yeah, daily driven exotics. Yeah, Damon drives his all over the place. He swears by it. Just a small YouTuber. I didn't say he was small. But yeah, I mean, to watch him drive that thing 2,500 miles without an issue, I mean, that's a big testament to that car.
All right, ready? Here we go.
That's a nice little sound file they have for that car.
I know, right?
Brian, if I could put this back to the watches talk.
Is that a triple signed car?
It is fast as shit, though.
Patel, the SP3 is a whole different level than the SF90. They're not even offering the people with the SF90s the SP3. You got to be a special customer to even get offered that car.
Look at that electric car go.
Oh my God.
Woo. What?
It's a Charger. Yeah, exactly.
I want an orange one with a big rebel flag on the roof.
Oh God, please don't.
I want to thank you guys for imparting some knowledge to me.
Oh,
It's been
not a
very
problem.
helpful.
Thanks for coming on. It's good to see you again, Eric.
Yeah, me too. Hey, Brian, just a couple more questions, right? Just to make sure I.
Yeah.
So basically, price. Look up what you see him on promo 24 for. Price it in that ballpark, slightly below. Do a buy it now, accept offer, and plan to be what 10 to 20% below where you listed, or
Yeah, it's a good ballpark. Yeah.
Now, as far as let's go the $5,000 to $10,000 range, does that belong on eBay or does that belong with the resellers?
So it depends on the product. This is where it gets interesting, because I will, if I'm getting ready to move some watches. Like I know European Watch has their market. I know Chase at Nashville has his little focus. I know there's stuff that Del Rey likes better. And I may send out offers to sell to all three, or even David SW, all four of them I've sold to.
Yeah.
I may send them out and say, all right, if they get to within 20, if they're if I think if I think I can sell the watch on eBay for $5,000 and I know I'm going to pay $500 in fees, about if they can get to like $4,000, I may sell it directly to them and get rid of it. That way it's clean and clear.
Mhm.
And it just depends on what I've actually made money in the past buying a watch from one dealer and turning around and selling it to another dealer because one dealer didn't have that market and the other one did. And
Dirty rotten flipper.
yeah,
That's where I've struggled with is, there is some sort of arbitrage there where, putting, let's take that Doxer, say it was twice the price, putting it in one dealer, he's going to give you more than, we should just know their market, what they sell, and offer those.
yeah, and some of it depends on, like, they'll look at their inventory, and if they've got 4 or 5 of that something very similar to it or that exact watch, they're not interested in buying more until they sell through those.
Makes sense, yeah. For example, say I saw, and you said there was what's the Nashville guy?
Chase at Nashville Watch.
Nashville Watch. Okay.
Yeah.
Just from a ballpark, if I see the watch on that price, say it's $10,000, right? That he's listing it for. What's a reasonable expectation of what they would offer? Just ballpark, you know what I mean? Is it 30%? Is it 40%?
So that varies based off of the brand. So if it's like Rolex and it's a little faster mover, he's going to be 20 to 25% off of what he's going to sell it for. Would be a ballpark. If it's something else like Breitling or something that's going to take a little bit longer, he might be 35 to 40%.
Good to know. And they'll be better off just putting it on eBay.
Yeah, as long as you got the time to pack and ship and do all that and wait for the money. Yeah. And if you need to pay bills next month for it, then the dealers are faster. Yeah,
my goal is more about just stepping the collection up, so to speak. You know what I mean? Getting rid of and kind of, more isn't always better. You know what I mean? So, kind of want to shift what like I said, just got too many ones.
Yeah. Now, and don't. When you take the pictures of the watches and you're listing it and you're getting ready to list them on eBay, just send the pictures and just spend some time sending them to dealers, because you may never know. You may find one that you look at and they go, really? I think I can only get $1,200 for this on eBay, and the guy's offering me $1,400 for it because he, take the sale.
Okay. So one watch I've been thinking about selling, 25-3180, the original blonde watch.
Oh.
I just don't wear it.
Yeah.
I love the watch, but
is that the sword hand?
Where is it? Let me find it. I can show it to you. It's the 1996. I think it's when it came. And it was later. Stupid. My version is a 2006. Let me turn the camera back.
Yeah, it's post sword hands. Let's see what Chase has, if he's got anything like that.
So the reference is the 25-3180.
I think Chase is getting smart and getting out of Omega.
Good morning, Muhammad Ali. Good to see you. Some great advice from Brian. It's never easy to know the price a dealer is selling a watch for, but they're very quiet about the price they're buying it.
Yeah. Yeah, see, stuff like that seems to be a relative. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them out on the market.
Yeah.
But great entry level watch for anybody, so they move pretty quick.
Yeah.
It's also a perfect one and done for somebody that just wants one durable everyday watch, which I don't understand those people.
Those people are weird.
So would that be better off on eBay, or is that worth sending off to those guys? I know it's not $5,000, but
Since it doesn't cost me anything except for some time, I submit anything that I'm thinking of selling. I submit it to the 3 or 4 dealers that I or 2 dealers that I think might be interested in it.
okay.
And just see what they say. It just doesn't take anything but time to do it.
So what do you do? Just send them an email, throw a couple of pictures in it? How detailed do you get with your pictures? Because
So most of the dealers have some sort of contact or sell here button on their website. So you just go through that. You fill out as much information as possible. Some will limit, 2 or 3 pictures.
Some of them will have a thing in there to say, have a picture of the dial, the side, the left side, the right side, the back, and the clasp.
Yeah, front, back, left, right. By the way, Chase is selling your black Daytona unworn for $27,750.
Wow. So this picture on the screen, this was a year ago when I met Evan G and Lucky Bastard Tony, OC, and then later Mr. G in Philly.
I thought Mr. G was actually there in the picture. He was just behind somebody's leg.
He's standing behind the OC.
Yeah.
Mr. G, whose Daytona only will come up to my knuckles. But what are you gonna do?
Chase just dropped a watch that, if money was no object, I'm pretty sure this is one hell of a price.
Which one?
The Patek 5270J.
The one for $119,950?
Yeah.
Yeah. Feel 2024 vintage.
Whoa.
That's one hell of a price.
It's 41 millimeter. It's a man size one.
Yeah, well, it's a
Stop.
look, it's got a lot going on in there. It's a perpetual calendar moon phase chronograph, so
Yes.
you have to have some space on there for real men. That's about 15,000 less than. Yeah,
It's the beauty, that's for sure.
he's got it for 120 on his website, or he's got it for 127 on Chrono 24.
I think Chrono 24. Well, I think because of the fees. He always upcharges on Chrono 24.
Yeah.
On his fees. Same thing. I bought a couple watches from him, but the one I used a credit card. One I wire transferred, he gave me a little bit of a discount. One I used a credit card, I think I paid 2% more.
Yeah. European watch has the same one for 136.5.
Wow.
Okay, I'm not buying it.
You're not? Why?
No, Jen won't allow me.
Jen.
What are you talking about? You know I'm always here to facilitate bad behavior.
Before I run any other like Nashville watch companies that I should give some thought to?
So Nashville, Delray's really fair.
Delray. Yeah.
Okay.
Dave has paid better than some on some things for me.
Yeah.
You, watch boxes is a waste of time, in my opinion. They're clamping down heavy on their. They're trying to beef up their margins.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Again, I'm not looking to get all the money for everything. I just kind of.
Well, you want to make sure it's fair, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Like once you factor in fees and shipping and some different things, a lot of times it is if you find the right dealer to buy it from you, it isn't a bad deal.
Yeah, when I did that 7 or 8 watches into 3, which turned into 4 because Rolex surprised me.
Yeah.
I sold like 2 or 3 to one and one to another, and the others on eBay.
So along those lines, Brian, does it make more sense to figure out another watch I want and trade in a couple to one of these guys that they would give more?
They will give you a nominal amount more.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when I mean nominal, I mean like on an $80,000 or $90,000 deal, European watch wanted to give me $2,000 more in trade credit than in cash.
Okay.
And I told him, I said, dude, I've been around the block.
In my Mini.
Yeah.
That's really
And
good.
then since you're dealing with smaller companies that actually you're dealing with small companies that aren't running on algorithms, if you don't like the price they offer, you go back to them with a price that you're willing to do it. And if they say no, they say no.
Okay.
They need inventory.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
And you keep your stuff well. So they need, not only do they need inventory, they need inventory from people that they don't have to spend a lot of time cosmetically fixing it up.
Yeah. And remember, they're like Mark when he's buying a used car. He's got to screw 2 people. He's got to screw the one he's buying it from and screw the one he's selling it to. So
see how you forget. I got to screw the sales staff as well.
Well, we don't care about them. I mean, the salesman is just the conduit to get to the person that makes the decision.
Always remember, when your salesman says, I need to go back and talk, I need to go talk to my manager, they're coming to see me and I'm making fun of you.
That's fine. And when I send, hey, listen, when I send the sales guy back there and say, this is the price total out the door, if you are 2 cents over, I'm leaving. I'm serious.
Oh, God. I come out and try and get an extra 5%.
And I walk out the door.
Oh my God.
I've done it before.
So Mark, a question for you.
Shoot.
As the sales manager, do you look at the guy's watch when you're determining whether or not what price you're going to get him? And does it cost you to wear a nice watch in there, or does it help?
No. What a nice watch does is gives me, so as a salesperson, you've got 20 minutes to an hour to build a rapport with that person. When I come out for a turnover, I've got like a minute to try and find something to build a rapport. If you're wearing a non-Apple watch, I don't care what it is. You can be wearing a Bulova. I don't care. I'm going to make a comment about it. I'm going to tell them that I love to see someone wearing a proper wristwatch, and they'll always ask, oh, is that a Rolex? They always say the same thing. Is that a Rolex? And, oh, no, I'm not rich. This is an Omega. But that's just a way for me to build a quick rapport with the person, to kind of take the edge off the fact that some other guy that I don't know is coming in to, shoehorn me into a car.
It's good to know.
And if they're wearing a Rolex, I'm like, boy, Did you get that? And if they're like from the area, I'm like, did you get that down at Lewis and say, oh my God, aren't they great down there? How lucky are you to have gotten that at retail? My God, you see what the things are going for in the secondary? I can't even afford. They won't even sell me a new one. I can't afford one. I used one. They're so much more expensive. And then boom, we just get off from there. Let's see. Hey Brian, how big is your collection now that you did a serious culling of the herd and have your new PPs?
As I answered in the chat while you were talking about commenting on the ladies' shoes or whatever cheap watch shit or the buyers wearing.
Yes.
The 10 real watches are Tudors and above.
Yeah.
The 7 fun watches are, $500.
Yeah.
And then 4 Mickeys. And then I have a couple of family heirloom things that I don't even count because they're not worth anything.
Jen, were you on earlier when I said I bought a new Timex?
No, I
Oh,
wasn't. Let's see what you got.
Hold on.
And Jen, I still have 2 slots in the real watch boxes.
Okay, we'll take care of it.
I know you're trying.
I bought a vintage throwback.
Okay.
To something I that. So in college, I had 2 watches. I had a Timex Ironman,
Okay.
and I had one of these.
Right. Okay.
So I saw you and Robert were showing off your Timexes. I think maybe even someone else had a Timex. So I went over to the website and I saw this 1982 reissue. And I was like, holy shit. It was like $180 or something. This guy was selling it for $145. So I bought it.
Heck yeah.
It'll be here Wednesday.
Very nice. I like it.
Jen, I found a green version of that white ceramic Hublot.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
You want me to say that again? Did you not hear me?
I did, and I said I'm sorry.
Did you want me to say that again?
Yeah. Green ceramic, huh?
Let me get the. I got to figure out. I got to remember where I saw it. Shit.
See, it doesn't even want you to find it.
It was on a double secret spot.
Double secret probation spot.
Yep. Super secret. Undercover.
It's so far undercover, like it should be buried.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, I'm gonna fade off back into the woodwork, and but I wanted to say thank you guys.
Oh, thanks. Hey, thanks for coming on. It's so good to hear from you.
Yeah, congrats.
Yeah, congrats on the new watch.
Yeah, I'm over the world happy. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm sure you guys all know exactly what that is. It's something that means a lot.
Heck yeah.
Sweet.
I'll be
stop by anytime. Always good to hear from you.
You know what? I may stop by in a couple of weeks because the time your show's on. Just I think it's something cool that you might enjoy.
Yeah, and you're a lot less painful than George because my teeth don't hurt.
Thank you, guys. All right, we'll talk soon.
Thanks, Harry.
Jen, are your eyes okay?
That depends. What are you going to show me?
Uh-oh.
Oh God, Brian.
Wow. That's a lot of green, Brian.
Brian, no.
So for the price that I was going to pay for the one white one with the rainbow sapphires, I could get this green one and a white one for just a little bit more.
See? It's a deal.
But why buy the green one if you can just get the white one?
Because then I can have both, and both is better.
You're not going to wear this green one.
He has 2 spots in the box. Were you not listening?
Stop lying. Oh, don't worry. I'll fill the final spot. But we're not going to fill it with this grossness because you'll never wear this. Especially if you have the white one.
This is not grossness. This is sexy.
No. This is like Joan Rivers in a thong.
I think we just went from 32 to 22 viewers when you put that on there, Brian.
Look at that. Limited edition. Limited edition.
Does that watch come with a paper bag? You put it over its head.
No, I
Yeah,
thought
they limited it because it was so ugly. They knew they couldn't sell any more than that.
no, it does come with airsick bags though. They're
I'll
located inside that.
I would get the white one, not the green one, because it's going to even be hard to move on if you do get tired of it.
So you're saying get this one?
The white one I would go with over the green one. Yes.
Over green.
But look, it does not say edition
I
limited.
don't care.
Limited edition is good.
No, it's not. It's like rare isn't always worth more money.
Billy says, I'm with Jen. This one on this one. This watch is really ugly, Brian.
Yeah. Keep trash talking it. Go ahead.
That just makes him want to buy it more.
Yeah.
He's that kind of person.
He says it's only a limited edition because they couldn't find any suckers to buy it. Yeah, they made one and went, ooh, limited edition.
Speaking of, did you see the well, you were on there when Buckley showed the strap that everybody hates. He has this like it's like a Tiffany blue strap that he wears with his Patek.
He's got 85 straps. He's got
Oh,
85 straps for that watch.
I know. He just he
got a
wears
leather
that one because he knows everybody hates it.
He's got a leather fetish.
Yeah.
Oh man, John D says this watch is great at around $300 or thereabouts.
Wow.
Yeah, how much is that $300 watch?
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
If this was in black, I would say yeah, do it.
Mo says the best thing about Sunday is this show. What? So sorry, Mark, forgot to take a photo of my breakfast this morning. Poached eggs, toast, and chicken sausage.
Nice.
I do. I love Mo. Mo has great breakfasts.
Mm-hmm.
He always incorporates a watch into the picture.
Uh-oh.
Oh God.
Why are you trying to convince yourself by leaving this up that you want to buy this watch? Oh, do it. Do it now, Brian. Do it now. Do it. Do it now.
Oh, it's a different color.
John D's going to save you some money, Brian. He says Invicta has about 40 watches that look almost identical.
I was gonna say my Casio data bank or calculator watch that I've never worn is that same green as that that he bought.
8 straps for my overseas. But that watch is the hotness.
That watch looks great. I love when he wears it on the orange rubber strap.
Yes, that is by far my favorite. Yeah,
it is so good. When he takes a picture of his breakfast and that one's in there, I'm always like,
yeah.
BW says that's the one, Brian.
I do like this rainbow. Yeah, do the rainbow, man. You've been wanting it.
Oh, taste the rainbow.
I know, right? It can be your Skittles watch.
Yeah, I can get into every club with that, except for the far right.
The ones that matter.
Yeah. Probably not really welcomed at the Southern Baptist Convention, but that's okay.
Yeah, I know, right? You can just say, "Hey, I work at Disney. What do you expect?"
Yeah.
Stopped at the door at Mar-a-Lago.
They might catch it, you know. The rainbow Hublot is a virus. You could catch it being in proximity.
Brian, keep showing people this watch. I need to run to the restroom.
I was going to go to the bathroom and leave this one up here.
Oh, please don't. How much was the other rainbow that you were looking at?
23.
So same price. Okay.
No. $10,000 difference.
No, that rainbow that you just looked at was 23.
Yeah. The green one here is 13.
Ew.
The plain white one.
Yeah, no. Brian, we're not. Yeah, no. Don't do that to yourself. No.
The plain
green is not even in the conversation. It's not.
But the plain white version of this green one is down to 12.
But you've been hunting that rainbow forever.
Yeah, but I got 2 spots in my watch box.
We'll buy you a moon swatch. Make
I
you feel
got
better.
two.
We'll
I
buy
got
you,
two. I got two. Those don't count.
but you don't have the earth dial one with
Don't give a
the
shit.
rising the earth gauge or whatever it is.
I got something uglier than the Hublots for more money that I could put in the watch box.
Okay, then why are we having this conversation?
Are you ready?
Yeah. Oh God, no, no. That's like buying a Richard meal just to say I have a Richard meal.
That's a
That's
$59,000 shitter.
that is holy crap.
I'm sorry if anybody in the chat likes this. Go directly to the eye doctor.
Yes.
Although, but look at this movement. Micro rotor. Ooh.
I mean, they make nice road. They have nice movements. I will give you that. Round is not their forte, and I think we all know that.
Look at that. Ooh.
No. What is that? Like 45?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, according to the real
Satellite
reel,
vision.
according to the real reel, it's a 45 by 53.
Okay.
So it wouldn't fit on my dainty wrist anyway.
No. No. And see, it doesn't have to be that bad. Like if they would have made just a normal bezel, and instead of doing the weird numbers, they did just solid numbers, it would be fine. Like it's not that like you can even have your bolt pattern that you're famous for. Just do it like the other solid bezels. Even do like a TPT bezel on it or something.
There we go, kids.
The Jaeger.
Jaeger LeCoultre.
They make beautiful watches.
Yeah, until you look at the case design. The case design is so boring it makes their watches run slow.
Let me tell you something. I have these extra diuretics that I'm on for this leg. Boy, I pee a lot.
There you go, Mark. Just for you while I go now.
There you go. Perfect. Let's see. We got Scott Wexland in the chat. Just sign it, and that's not signing on. That is an ugly watch. I picked up my two-tone root beer yesterday from the AD. Congrats on that. That's a beautiful watch.
Nice.
Two-tone root beer is class. It's a very class watch. John D says, I think Berlin Mari has a line with a micro rotor for about 1/60th of the price.
Here we go. Here's a watch that I found the other day.
It didn't work for me.
Here's a watch that I found the other day that I didn't even know about.
You put it, where are you putting it?
I've got it. I've shared my screen. So all you got to do is put me up.
Oh. Why is it not working? Because Brian.
Damn it, Brian.
Let's see.
Brian's always breaking stuff. There we go.
And, there it is.
The Hamilton Khaki Pioneer. The Navy Pioneer.
Hamilton makes cool looking watches. One of my favorite Hamiltons is I think it's Pioneer Khaki Aviation.
Okay.
It's beautiful watch.
Yeah, like this is just like super simple,
Mm-hmm.
straightforward, nice blued hands. The only thing I don't like about it is that it's got the solid lugs here.
Yeah.
You know, that would be the only thing I would change on it. But it's, as far as the watch and everything is concerned, I mean, it's got nice hobnail on the side. I mean, this thing is a steal.
Yeah. It's actually, how much is that watch?
17.
That's cheap for that.
Or 11. It's 11.95.
Damn. So the thing with some of those Hamiltons, they aesthetically, I know that they're full of Swatch Group, Brian would hate, but aesthetically, the Hamiltons really punch above their
Oh
weight.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't think that there's any collector that would really say anything bad about the Murph or the khaki field. Like I don't think.
I'll
I
say
mean, there's
something bad
people.
about the Murph.
Oh come on,
Those,
whatever. You can get
those
it in.
Rat
You can get
Masters
it in
are-
whatever. You can get it in whatever size you want.
Well, they first of all they made a small one.
So that doesn't mean you have to buy it.
It's just
You
how
can still
talent,
get your 40. You can still get your 40
how
or
talent,
41 size
how
one.
talent. But you
Um,
can't get the bracelet on the big one.
oh, really?
Only on the small one.
Can
What's
you
on
buy
the
it
back?
separately?
I don't know. I'm too mad to find out.
Oh, just buy a Forstner bracelet for it. It'll be fine.
I can't do aftermarket bracelets and straps.
Forstner makes one of the best bracelets in the
I
market.
know. I
Period.
get it. I just can't do it.
Oh.
I gotta have the logo.
Well, then take the buckle off of it and put it on the Forstner. Oh. No, but I like this this Navy Pioneer. Very, very cool watch.
Very cool.
Because somebody was looking for something in like that 2000 and below range, and
Yeah.
I just went hunting, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, look at this!"
I will
They
also
do so
say
good.
I think there's like $600-700, but just a khaki field in black
Yeah,
is
yeah,
an
yeah,
amazing
yeah,
watch.
yeah,
Yeah, for the money.
yeah. You can get this watch in blue and black too.
John D says agreed on the Hamilton, plenty of history and some great models for fair prices in the in that one range. Elvis Venturi,
Yeah,
military issue khaki field. Yeah, they're really really nice pieces for the
yeah.
money. Um,
Like you
really,
said, they punch so much higher than their weight. Like,
yeah,
and I think that's one thing that I've liked about that Swatch hasn't really
mess with them
touched them
too
per
much.
se. They've just let them be because they know the value that's in the name of Hamilton, so they just leave it alone,
Yeah,
which is cool. Here's the Murph. Such a beautiful watch. So good. And you
it,
can get it in the white dial. Look
yeah,
at that. The nice leather strap. Sexy.
it's a good piece.
But this is your watch right here.
It does have extra shit on it.
All the buttons.
John D says the root beer is better in his humble opinion than that Guinness. You did nice on getting that instead. I agree. When the Guinness first came out, I really liked it, and then it really kind of.
How come you guys are bagging on my Guinness now? Jesus, I can't get anyone.
I had nothing to do with
Because
that.
we like the root beer better. Because Scott Wexling just got a brand new from the AD root beer.
Whatever.
Whatever he says. I love the root beer. I'll tell you the other one I love. Father Artifact picked one up. It was a Datejust in the two-tone with the rose gold and the chocolate dial. That was another one. It's just a beautiful watch.
Dude, Mother Artifact has the best. Her and Linda have the best watches. Carnelian dials. Like, come on, man. So good.
I want a Yukon Cornelia style.
Yukon Cornelian. It carries an ice pick around.
Yeah. He goes, nothing.
Sorry, I'm just scrolling through Hamilton.
Scrolling
here
through the Hamiltons.
just to see what's there.
Nothing but a bunch of cheap Swatch Group shitters.
Yeah.
Scott says his AD is a full gold Sky Dweller white dial available for immediate purchase, $55K plus 6% PA sales tax. I tried it on. Had the money, I would have bought it on the spot. It's a beautiful watch too.
Yeah.
So where at in PA are you? You're obviously not in Philadelphia or Allegheny County if you're only paying 6% sales tax.
Here's
But
your
somewhere that's got an AD.
Yeah.
So that's what Harrisburg. That's the only other choices.
Here's your purple dial.
Mm.
Instead of getting the OP, you could get this, the Jazzmaster Performance. I don't know about the Jazzmaster Open Heart. I'm conflicted about that
Yeah,
one.
no, I'm not conflicted at all. It's terrible.
Hey now, don't be hating.
Oh, Brent Miller. That was a video at the beginning of the show. I showed the I was charging my wireless mouse. I showed the super racing video from Brad at Brent Miller Time. I like their I like his videos.
There you go.
No,
I mean, you can get it in 42. Look at that.
but the color, it's no.
It's a black khaki. Come on, man.
No,
It's a titanium.
I don't.
You can get it. You can get it in this color too.
There you go. That's much.
That's not bad. They have it in the black, the blue, and like a pistachio color. Let's see if they have any other colors. Oh, they have the all solid metal with the blue. That's nice. See, I'll find you guys nice watches. Just give me a chance here.
John D says Hamilton really has some great watches that made the silver screen. They're big in the movies, big movie footprint. Ventura and Blue High, also Men in Black, The Murph.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of Hamiltons make the big screen.
I'm not a Ventura, like maybe a vintage Ventura, but that would be a stretch. And definitely not the Dune watches. Those just don't do anything for me. Here you go. This is good for classic Admore, small seconds for female. Nice black and stainless.
There you go.
Roman numerals. I don't know that I do the orange, but it comes in like a million colors. You can get whatever you want. Nice little tank layout.
You know what the difference is between these Hamiltons and my Hublot, the green one?
These actually run well.
Oh, jeez.
No, you get more shit watches for the same amount of money as the Hublot.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. Look, you can get a butthole watch too. They got the blue butthole.
Yeah. Not like this is my regular AD is near me here in Chester County, but my SA at Miller's has come through twice in a month with top watches. Cool.
Dang.
I like it. I like his. I always when I'm checking out a watch, I always like to see if they have it. If he has a video on it, because he does pretty good videos on them that are kind of 4 or 5 minutes. That's about my attention span.
Is this the one that you were talking about, Mark?
No, it's a small seconds.
Oh, okay, it's got small seconds.
Yeah.
There's
They do it in bronze and in stainless. I like the stainless.
Okay. Double wrap
Billy
more.
says Hamilton watches are probably how much meat in China, how much means whistling. Probably mostly made in China, I would say, for the price, but not sure. It's possible. I don't know. Gen G, it wears far nicer than you expect, and if the king can wear it, it's good for me.
There we go.
There it is. That's great. Hold on. Miller's become my regular AD. I don't blame you. I like that watch. I always thought that was a good looking watch. I love the onion crown, the pebble dial. The only complaint I've ever heard about it is the bezel is weird.
Is it?
The clicks, the number of clicks. I can't remember what it was, but there's a issue with the number of clicks in the bezel.
Bidirectional.
Hey.
Hi. Let's see. Information.
I think all bi-directional bezels ought to be rainbow.
Oh, well, there you go.
It doesn't say how many clicks.
That's why you like GMTs so much. Bidirectional bezels.
Mm-hmm.
No,
and every time I think, oh, GMT, I think, come and get it.
Yeah, I know, right? Can't beat his meat.
Is there, John D says if under the menu, Hamilton has a category for movie watches and each name the movie. Really cool.
There we go.
We got
So-
SC chat. Good to see. Good to see SC. Just, hey, everyone, greets from MUC. Hello, sir. Good morning.
So Mark, you'll appreciate this. The one time that I really found my GMTs really handy, I mean extremely useful. Our daughter, who happens to have the same condition you do,
Hmm.
was
Insane? I didn't think she was insane.
no, she's bald.
She's bald.
She was going to Korea for 6 weeks.
Oh,
So what I did was I set the GMT hand to Seoul, Korea time,
yes.
and then I used the rotating bezel, and every day for the first week that she was there, we moved her long-lasting insulin dose up 2 hours.
Ah,
So I could tell her exactly what time to do it based off of where the rotating bezel was against the GMT hand. And then we got her to, we just kept bumping it up +2, +2, +2. And I could tell exactly what time it was in her land.
Daniel Quack says Mr. GMT is a big deal. He's a four-hander. Nice. B is upvote number 29, reminding us that we are one away from our normal weekly goal of 30.
Good to see you, SE.
Guten Tag, Herr SE. Or actually, at his place, it would be Guten Haben or whatever the other one is.
Guten Abend. Guten
Hobnail, what?
Hobnail. Yes, there.
Yes.
One is
He likes to protect, so
I'm
he would like a good hobnail.
I'm trying to remember what Patek that Thierry Stern's dad used to wear. I saw it the other day, and it was crazy to see. What was it? It was on I think it pulled it up on like watch charts or something. And back in 2020, 2021, it was like, I think you could have got it for 35 or under, and now you can't get it for anything under 90.
Yeah.
Like shot through the roof. It's just a basic complication that he would wear.
So I was watching that interview with the guy on the John Reardon show, the Edelman guy, and he was talking about Terry Stern's grandfather and how every time you'd sit with Terry Stern's grandfather, he would smoke a pipe and blow smoke at you.
Oh God!
I thought, now I understand why I like the watches.
John D says he thinks he might need a new Hamilton after this stream. Hamiltons are cool.
See, John D. No,
Well,
John D. That's exactly what Gen G does. She sends you down a rabbit hole that costs you a couple $1,000, and at the end of it, you're like, "What the hell did I do that shit for?" It's all her fault.
Oh, stop!
Gen G.
I've never led you wrong.
I haven't bought anything either.
Good. I'm glad.
Now,
I'm not responsible for your delinquency.
Now, the Yiddish Gambino. I believe you spent lots of his money.
I did not spend any of his money. I sent him listings. He chooses to pull open his pocketbook. I might do it religiously just to get him going. Exactly.
Kesla's in the chat. He says, "Morning, boys. Lucha, nice to see you on the stream. Glad you're feeling better. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I am about 90% better. So, but I finished my this last dosage of antibiotics was really harsh. So I finished that this morning. So, and actually, I've been sitting here for a couple hours and like not doing too horrible.
You know what I just realized? Since I have keys, I can change people's names and titles.
Oh God, Jen, sorry, 90% expect. Oh my! John D says, as we are all movie buffs to some degree, I have a small sub collection within the collection of movie watches. Hamilton really surprised me with the breadth of appearances. Yeah, I don't know who at Hamilton has an in with like Hollywood prop people, but they are in a lot of movies.
Keslow, do you know who at Hamilton is bribing the prop masters?
Yes.
Probably.
So funny. The expert on all things Patek didn't know that about Henri. I've
I'm
yet
not an
to
expert
meet a
on
guy
all things.
like a good pipe smoke, at least passively.
Yeah. I'm not an expert on all things Patek, but I know what I like.
There you go. SE reminding Keslow to upvote so we get to 30. 30 is the magic number. Yep, we're at 30. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. I do appreciate it. So what else? What else is on the agenda? I pulled something up earlier, Brian. I wanted to show you. Let's see.
Oh, okay. Not me. All right, good. Yeah.
Did you see this over at Nashville? It's cheap. I kind of miss that watch.
And still overpriced.
I kind of miss it. The Defy Skyline Blue Dial.
I'm gonna shock a lot of people and say I would rather see you spend money on a Hamilton than this.
Oh man, that's it. I'm going back to the IWC site.
There you go. That's approved.
I'm just gonna share my screen real quick.
All right.
Uh-oh. I got the end stream button ready just in case, Mark.
Buckle up, Brian.
Uh-oh.
It's good for you.
But $59.50 for that watch is actually cheap for a 2025 with an April card. Can you share it, Jen? Or?
I did. You just got to put me up there.
Oh, hold on. Ooh.
The 3940. This is the watch that Henri Stern wore all the time, supposedly. It is a perpetual calendar, super thin.
Moon phase.
Moon phase.
No chronograph, though.
I mean, if you want to get into chronograph complications, I'm sure we can find some.
Although I do
this
have
one is kind of your jam right here.
I do have two Patek chronographs.
Ah.
Look at how cool those hands are. Look at that. Go back.
This one? Yeah.
Yeah. Look at how cool those hands are.
See? And it's only 43.
Yeah, but it's like 36 millimeters.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. Oh, Harry, you were fine. I could understand you. But hey, thanks for coming on. Glad we were able to help, and always good to see you, sir.
Power reserve, 36 millimeter. That's perfect for you and your little tiny wrist.
Hey. I resemble that. But yes, that is. Does that have the.
I'm not looking.
Wait, does that have the officer's case back, or is it a closed? Is it a snapback?
It's got a
micro rotor display back.
Yeah. And you pop this. Well, you don't. They do. They use this to pop the back off.
Who's the seller? Now that you suck. I hate you.
I know, right? You love me. Icon watches?
Oh, hello. Welcome to Iconi Watches.
No, they're...
No, I don't think that's true.
I don't think they're Chinese. They're Middle Eastern, I think.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I'll just tell him my Hebrew name. That'll work real well.
Mhm. Yep. You can mazal on that.
It says free insured shipping to U.S., but from where? I think that's such a funky, cool watch.
See, I told you.
Well, and I also like some of the other weird officer case back ones that they
Yeah.
did in that same genre and stuff. You know, listen, I'm
Just
left-handed. I
buy
smoke
it.
a pipe and I drive a Mini.
Just buy it. Look at it. It's so sexy. Look at that.
Let's do it.
Do it, Brian. Do it now.
Right. Oh, there's damage.
Oh,
You're trying to sell me damaged stuff.
I think it's just part of the one there. I think is what they're trying to point out.
Oh, that's Spain. Yeah.
Oh, no, that was a glare.
Thank
Oh,
you,
no,
chat. I couldn't see. I'm dealing with a small screen here.
Oh, it's Spain. My bad.
Thanks, Jen.
I know. Well, now you can speak Spanish to him.
Hola, España es bueno. See?
See?
It's got the deployant buckle on it. See? You know you want to buy. Look at how thin that is. Come on. Look at that.
I need some weight on my wrist. That won't balance right with that heavy deployant clasp.
Are you kidding me? That watch is crazy good. Buy that watch.
You realize for the price of that, I could have those two Hublots, one white, one green, and that JLC Tourbillon.
But they don't have the sexy hands like this.
Well, even worse, they don't say Patek Philippe, and they don't have
They
don't have the
the sexy
watchmakers.
micro rotor.
No, but look, that's got the watchmakers for.
BW
Okay.
says you don't know your flags, Brian.
No.
I don't
They're
know my
small.
flags.
Kessler says put the pipe down and get a 5320.
No.
Kessler.
Kesslow's got brain damage from that accident when he wiped out and broke his teeth and everything.
Ah,
I just can't believe this thing is so thin for a perpetual calendar. That's wild.
what are your thoughts on the Cartier Santos de Cartier large?
No.
No,
Buy it.
buy it.
You've got style, Mark. Don't listen to Brian. Buy
Ah.
Mark, it's only got one crown.
it.
Yeah. It's true.
I mean, you could get the chronograph version.
No, I don't like the chronograph version. I don't like the dual. I did like the dual time, and then I didn't. Kind of like just the three-hander with the gray dial with the black a DLC
Okay.
bezel.
Ace. Yeah, the bezel. Yeah.
And the rubber and the bracelet. Which
Yeah.
the rubber, when I had the blue one, the rubber was super comfortable.
Was it?
It just got caught up in I hardly ever wear it.
Yeah. But you know what you would wear? This watch right here.
Yeah, 10, 12 times a year, because I bet it's water resistant to about 2 spits in one direction.
Oh, come on. Who cares? Look at that.
Look, Jen, between the three of us on this panel, I'm the one that can be the nastiest bitch. So stop it.
You don't know me.
I know you.
Oh, speaking of which, don't forget, say something nice to someone. Do something nice. Be the light you would like to see shining from others. Thank you. Thanks for reminding me, Brian.
And make other people buy the watches you would buy for yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, ruin other lives. Don't ruin
Ruin other lives.
Be the enabler that no one needs.
Yeah.
That's right.
I actually found one of these in San Diego for $44,000
Mm.
on
There you
eBay.
go.
That's a good.
Yeah.
good
Yeah, because you're
reputation.
going to have to pay, what, 10% tariff on this when it comes in?
Or 6% sales tax if it's in the States.
Yeah. So,
I wonder if this guy wants a Tiffany GMT Master 1. Does he have the papers? No.
Original box, no original papers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, San Diego. Yeah, he's got the original box, no papers. Damn.
You can get a
I'll write up some papers for you.
abstract.
Yeah.
Don't know the difference.
Here's the abstract. This watch was personally worn by Henri Stern and has ashes still remaining inside the case from him.
Yeah.
Stop.
We have Father Artifact in the chat. He says, "Happy Sunday, Lucha. Great to see you feeling better. Thank you, sir. Great sports, long weekend. Kindness improves your immune system." Yeah. What happened to the Jets? The Winnipeg Jets.
The Winnipeg Jets.
Tomati Mozzarella says, "What should I get under 2,000 US dollars in EU? I have a diver already."
Under 2.
Yeah, I tell you what. Well, you have a diver, but I see these things all the time for around $2,000 or a little under $2,000, and they're just great watches. It's the Longines Legend diver. That watch, it doesn't look like a diver. It's just such a great watch. I've owned it 3 times. I can't stop.
What about the no? Get a pre-owned Longines, the dress watch with the sub-second dial and the mesh bracelet.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know which one you mean.
Here I am recommending another Swatch Group shitter to somebody.
I know. I'll tell you, under $2,000. Let's see, what else is there? I have. If you go to 2,500, you can find a Spirit Zulu Time, which is an amazing watch. Under $2,000. I think another one I look at every once in a while under $2,000 is that Christopher Ward the 12.
Yeah, that's a diver.
It's a good looking piece. No, the 12. No,
the 12 is the
Bailey one.
Oh, okay.
It's a good looking piece for the money, and I think 1,800 you can get the titanium version with the chronometer movement in it, the little bit of an upgraded movement.
You could probably find them on the secondary for even cheaper.
They're actually hard to find in the U.S.
Are they?
Yeah, when you look them up, they're not.
But he's in the EU.
That's true. Rough night for the Jets. Dallas will have their hands full with the Oilers. Hopefully, it's a good series. The Canadians are on the verge of being shut out. Oh God! If Florida wins, then you got one shot at a Canadian Stanley Cup again. Father Artifact says, "Okay, Lucha, I'll bite." Ugly Rolex is an oxymoron. All right, so I started because I talked to a friend of mine who found out I was ill, and he called. I hadn't talked to him in a while, and I remember he was so upset when his AD, he wanted all these different Rolexes, and his AD offered him the smooth bezel oyster bracelet Wimbledon stainless. And he was so mad because he said it was the ugliest watch ever created. I kind of agree. It's not a very attractive watch, but he bought it and he has it. And he wouldn't get rid of it because he had to wear it in there so they would see that he didn't try and flip it. But he said he couldn't flip it because it was ugly. And that's what actually started that whole. That's what made when I was trying to think of a title for the show. That's what it was. He hated that watch. Tamati says his diver is a Christopher Ward already. Yeah. Those are great watches in that price range. Really
Fears might have something too. I don't know if they have anything in the $2,000 range.
PRX is a great watch.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that new Movado PRX? That's actually kind of good looking.
Yuck.
There is a Messina Lab Raoul Pages watch that just came out. And it's fantastic if you can find that.
BW says the Studio Underdog Field watch is nice too. Yeah, he just got one of those. There's so many watches in that.
Yeah, that's a good price range.
I'll tell you another one I like is the Mito Ocean Star GMT.
Mm.
Ooh, no, there's a couple of Rado Captain Cooks that are in that range, and there's some ceramic stuff in there.
How about what else is? I know there's other stuff I'm forgetting.
I have to go. I'll be here in the background, but I've got to bounce. So
Okay.
We'll miss you.
yeah, I know your pocketbook will miss me, Brian. Don't worry.
Yeah. I've got so many tabs open here. I have no clue what the hell I'm doing anymore. Thanks, Jen.
You're welcome. All right, guys. Have a good one.
All right. See you, Jen. That's a diver. These things.
Sorry, I'm doing some.
Oh, you're good. Just trying to see what these things were. He says he has a diver. I don't know if maybe he was looking for something more along the lines of a dress watch. Because here's this thing. Jen will share a tab. The Big Crown Pointer Date. That one's listed at 2,100. I know you can find deals on these things.
Yeah.
That's a great watch for that kind of money.
That's a good daily.
Yeah,
Daily non-diver, interesting.
exactly. It's interesting. It looks good. It's
Not
well,
a Swatch Group shitter, so it's even better.
But these are if you've ever seen one of these, they're in person. They're really nice looking watches. This is the one with the Solita movement, so it's not the $4,000 one. This one, like I said, it's got a list of 2,100. I'm
Yeah.
sure you can find that under $2,000.
Yeah,
It's an interesting, cool watch with an interesting date function and cool hands, the cathedral hands.
yeah, and the only thing in my mind with Horus, the only thing you get when you move into their in-house movement is limited repair places.
Yeah. But this Felita movement anywhere, I mean, I tried buying. So VW says he tried 2 Mitos, both of them were defective. Yeah, the newer ones I think are like 25, 2,600. I know you were saying under 2. But
This one's going to eat up all different colors of straps really well too.
Yeah, you have a lot of stuff you can do with a watch like this, and they make it in different colors and stuff too. But it's even got quick release spring bars, little exhibition back. Not that it's anything super beautiful or anything, but it's cool. I like an exhibition back.
I'm gonna pull up a picture of a watch that I owned for years, and it was a great, fun watch. And I'm gonna give it to you to pay to.
Okay, you put it in private chat.
Yeah.
Cuckoo.
Comments. Where the hell's? Oh, there it is. I owned this watch and wore this watch almost daily for about 6-7 years. And the only issue was it was just a little on the small side, but because it is square, there's one for $999, which means I'm sure there's one cheaper.
Yes. Frederic Constant makes some cool watches as well.
This watch was back before anybody cared what the movement was.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a Delray watch.
Uh-huh.
Link in the description below.
Cheapest one in the country.
Yeah, that means you could get it for $800. That might be fun just to buy again. Damn you. Can I blame Jen for this one too?
What's this? Yes, absolutely you can.
Okay.
What is this? Jen dropped a link for this thing. What's this thing go for? It's cool looking. Lots of colors. $500.
I am just not a fan of regulator watches.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You can get a muff diver.
A what?
What? You never saw the muff diver?
Are you saying muff?
Yes.
You know, when I was growing up in LA, it was during the Olympics, and Warrant was a brand new band trying to break out and become famous.
Okay.
And for 1984, they sold some T-shirts when they were doing the club thing, and their promo was they were the U.S. Olympic muff diving team.
There you go. Here you go, Brian.
Oh no, I'm out. Sorry.
you
He's
saw
already
it.
got
Give up.
And he's already got a diver.
It's true. I forget. Somebody came on here and told me about these ones, and we looked at their website, looked at all their watches. What the hell? Might have been Thomas Burnett, actually.
Another enabler.
Enablers everywhere.
Why does this sucks?
What's
Google keeps showing me a picture of this Oris that I'm looking at on a bracelet, and then it keeps sending me to the Delray watch link, which is on a leather strap.
On the leather strap.
That's bait and switch.
Rat bastards.
Oris automatic. What's this one? Sold.
Daniel Quack says it's the customary catfish check.
How's your catfish?
Yes. Shadow, I had a little basket set out there in the hallway for her with a blanket in it. She just sleeps there and doesn't cry to come in here lately.
So you're not getting catfished by your cat?
No, I'm not getting catfished by my cat.
Now I got to go over to Delray and see if they still have that watch. Let's look at new arrivals first. Mark, I found a watch for you.
Well, Delray has a watch I like.
They also have a 39 millimeter Breguet Marine Big Date,
Yeah.
which wears like a 44.
I don't want that, Brian.
Oh, okay. Well, then we won't sell it to you. How about the Zenith Defy Black Carbon?
Always nice, always nice. But there is a watch that he had. Let's see if he still has it. I saw it the other day. I was like, oh, I like that. But it would be this would be the anti-Lucha watch. Like this would be like if I bought this watch, people would die. They would die, Brian. They would just die. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Which one is it?
It's the Evolution 9 Spring Drive GMT. In titanium.
I know you like thick.
It's the only Grand Seiko I like.
I know you like thick.
It's true.
And it, oh boy.
Oh boy. It's really the only Grand Seiko I've ever liked. I tried it on at Teddy's. It's a beautiful watch. All the things that they say about the finishing are true. I've just never paid $9,000 for it. Now, would I pay $5,000 for it? Well, I
What is it, like 15 millimeters?
I don't think it's quite that thick. Let me see if I can find a better description. See, SBG 285.
CBGB.
CBGB. I think it's right around 14. Come on. Look at it, Brian. It's pretty. Really is pretty to watch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mark,
Yes.
the most interesting man in the fishbowl is here.
OC showed up?
Sean's taking a day off from sticking it to BMW owners.
Aha. Hold on 1 second.
Hi, Sean.
13.9.
13.9 and the world's most uncomfortable bracelets ever made.
Yes. Now I'm just taking to say good morning. Wish everyone a wonderful Sunday. Gotta run. Cheers. Sean, thanks for stopping by. Always good to see you. BW says, hi, Sean. Enjoy your day. So, yeah, this is the only Grand Seiko I've ever even liked. It's a 41 millimeter watch. I prefer it with that misflake dial over the black. The spring drive is kind of cool, but the sweep on that second hand, there is no indent. It's just so smooth. It's amazing, that spring drive.
I predict if you were to own this watch, you would keep it for less than 6 weeks.
Less than 6 weeks. All right, chat. Well, you know what? We can make a poll. We got 26 people watching. Hold on, let me make a poll.
Yes, polls help the algorithm.
Yes.
You know what I think I've determined?
What's that?
So after working for 5 full days in the summer heat and then spending yesterday just kind of recuperating and then spending last night trying to keep up with Curly.
Uh-huh.
I can't do it.
It's hard. I mean, he goes and goes and goes. He is like the Energizer Bunny.
Oh my God. Can't do it.
All right, if Lucha bought the SBGE 285 Grand Seiko GMT, he would keep it for 1 year or more, less than 6 months, or less than 6 weeks. The Brian pick. Poll is going live.
I better go vote, huh?
Everyone should vote.
Oh, I'm glad you voted 1 year or more.
I can't vote.
What do you mean you can't vote?
Well, maybe I can. It's like it's all tied up. So, chat, here's an even better question. Should I even consider this one? Pep, good to see you, sir. He upvoted. Thank you. Should this watch even be a consideration?
How much
35 upvotes. What's that?
does he have it?
It's like 57 or something like that.
It's
The new price on this thing is, I think, a hair over 9. which I wouldn't even consider. And I always said, I've said on the show before, in the fives, I'm interested. I don't know if I'm a buyer, but I'm interested. But I like the watch. I like shit that's a little bit different.
Well, this has got that Shinjitsu polishing stuff.
I love some Shih Tzu Mani Shenkai pipe plate and pan polishing. It is, like I said, I tried it on at Teddy's place. He had a brand new one in the case, and it was beautiful. I mean, I took a loop to it. I mean, the finishing on the freaking watch is amazing.
Yeah.
We'll grant them their kudos there.
How'd the bracelet feel to you?
It wasn't sized.
Yeah.
It was kind of hard to tell, but you know what it reminded me of? This SMP 300 bracelet. Not a lot of taper, just kind of a thick.
Yeah. Not a lot of love.
Yeah. It would not be my favorite bracelet.
The thing that got me with their bracelets, and Tudor had the same problem for a while, but Tudor seems to have fixed it, was the
Tudor, I hardly knew her.
Yeah. The curve of it's a single fold deployant, and the curve was more dramatic than what Rolex does. So it was poking me in the back of the wrist all the time.
I didn't notice that, and I will say, when this watch first came out a couple years ago, some of the review, like I watched some review videos and stuff on it, and people said that the bracelet was more comfortable than in this Evolution 9 series than in some of the other Grand Seiko releases.
Yeah. And they've got some half links down towards the end of it, so
Yeah.
you can get a good adjusted fit.
Right.
I might approve this choice.
It's kind of cool, isn't it?
Yeah, I might just kind of approve of it.
I don't think you could really, buying this thing in the fives, I don't think you can get hurt on it. Because even when you try and look these up in the U.S. for sale, if you go to Japan, there's a lot of them. But now, even with all the weird shipping and tariffs or whatever's going on, who knows? That's like even trying to get the watch here. There's never more than like a couple of these, for sale, if any. Sometimes there's none. So I don't think you can really get hurt on it. You might lose, hair here and there, but if you wire fed the money, you're not paying any taxes on it. So I don't know.
Yeah, I might approve of that choice. Now, what would you have to get rid of to get it?
Nothing. I'm looking for an addition.
You got an empty spot in your watch box like I do.
Yeah, I've got. I'm looking for an addition. Harry says, Mark, by the way, I tried on the new Silver Dial Tudor 68. You should check it out. I loved it. Perfect size for our size wrist. Well, funny you should mention that, Harry.
Uh-oh. We have an unboxing. Oh.
No. But we did. Hold on. I think I might have shown this a little bit last week because just before I got sick, excuse me, I tried on the new Tudors.
God, that even looks big on you.
I think it's the angle. It didn't feel that big.
No, Jen, nobody said empty spots in the watch box. Go back to sleep. Thank you.
But I did try that one on. I like it. It's nice. The bracelet without the faux rivets is nice. It's got the T-fit clasp. It's a good watch. It really is. So I don't know, Brian. That's one of that's a contender for me. That Grand Seiko.
I could have been a contender.
Could have been a contender. I've always kind of had a weird liking for that watch. It's 2023, full box papers, cards dated, February 23. $100 water resistant, exhibition back, all the shit I like.
Yeah, all the gadgets and gizmos galore.
Also, I love a watch where the handset is capped. I don't know why. I just think it looks nicer.
One of the things I've always admired about Grand Seikos is their minute hand. They bring that down to such a fine needle of a point. You could stab that through Kevlar. It's so sharp and pointy. I'm not a big fan of that hour hand on this one, but I understand why. It's the sports watch model, and
it's a cool watch, Harry. That new Tudor 68 is cool.
Yeah, they need some beefy loom in there or something.
Yeah. You know what else is cool? The loom is green, except for the GMT hand is blue.
Wow. Dual loom.
Dual loom, baby.
Who will outloom who?
Could have been a chicken tender. Yes. I don't know. It's the one Grand Seiko I've always kind of liked. I saw they had it. I don't know. Would I hate myself later because I hate the name? What I don't like is the name Grand Seiko.
Mark, I think. Hey, does your Jeep dealership want to buy a very wonderful, fantastic BMW X5 eDrive, 2018 with 48,000 miles on it?
Sure.
For like 23, 24,000, you just have to come down and pick it up from here.
I'm going to say 17 grand and we'll pick it up.
I'm sorry, I heard 27 grand. It's a deal.
You gotta love Grand Seiko for the tech, not so much for their thin cases, which are not thin.
No.
Yeah, but it's thinner than this because this is 15 and a half, basically.
Yeah.
So to me, it would be thin, John D.
Mark would be happy if the watch was as thick as a side of beef.
Yes. But it's funny you say the tech, because one of the things that attracted me to this was the Spirate technology. One of the things that attracts me to this is the spring drive technology. Maybe I could just have a collection of weird techie watches, Brian.
Well, I hate to tell you this, but the Spirite technology and the spring drive technology, those aren't weird techies. Those are super improvements on the standard Swiss watch movements. And the coaxials even is great. And so
exactly.
Yeah. That's good shit. I don't know how else to say it.
Let's see what's going on in the poll.
Oh yeah, how's the poll?
Oh yeah, less than 6 weeks is way out in front at 56%.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking you may have fun with it,
Yeah,
but yeah, I wish, and I've never seen this in person, so I'm only going off of these pictures, but I wish the color was a little richer on the dial, maybe.
Yeah, it's grayish. They call this one, the nickname is the Mist Flake, because it's basically the same dial as the Snowflake, only in like a misty gray.
Well, in that case, I love it. Buy 12 of them.
John D says, if you don't own this at some point, you will have missed on the experience. The only source of knowledge is experience. Albert Einstein. See, this is why we like John D in the chat. He brings a level of intelligence to what we talk about here, Brian, and we need all the help we can get.
And Albert Einstein was a pipe smoker.
There you go.
Even better, a Jewish pipe smoker.
A Jewish pipe smoker.
He probably would have driven a Mini Cooper.
You think? Do you think he drove?
I don't know. He was a bit of a man whore, so
Well, another contender. I feel like looking up the actual listing, so I'm just going to pull up the IWC site, Brian.
oh boy.
The Big Pilot 43 with its 52 millimeter lugs, lug to lug, big crown, big onion crown, the exhibition case back, 100 meters worth of water resistance. It's kind of a cool piece. There's a guy that has one on for sale on Chrono that has the leather strap and the bracelet. It's a little bit more than the Grand Seiko, but
I'm sorry. That's a no for me, dog.
that's a no for you, dog. Why would that be a no, Brian? A bracelet and a strap?
Boring watch. Thank you.
Cool Flieger watch?
Boring watch. Thank you.
John D says I've really been debating the GS Sports GMT SBGE 257. Let me go take a peek. SBGE 257. Oh, I know where to buy one of these. In green? Yeah. Hold on. My buddies at Joyce's Jewelers happen to have one of these. Hold on. If they still have it. Let's see.
Link for Joyce. Oh no, she's gone missing. Sorry.
Hold on. There it is. Boom.
Yeah, wasn't this this was the first version of the GMT Sport that they did?
Right. They did this in green, black, and like a blue and white, I think.
Yeah, one for each season of GMTs.
Yes. EWC has a IWC pilot something or other on their website for what happens price. All right, that was the IWC listing. Yeah, I was.
They have the Mr. Porter Bronze Edition for 7,400. They have the 7-day first edition with a date for 82. What other big pilots do they have? Just the black dial date for 79.50. Another one for 89. 75. It looks like they bought out IWC.
There you go. Somebody had to do it.
Yeah, they've got like 4 or 5 of these 8-day manual wind ones. .46 millimeters of big love.
Yes.
15.8 millimeters thick.
I like the 43 from a size standpoint because that crown is big.
She's a big one. We love her.
She's a big crown.
They've got my Mercedes AMG.
Yes.
One for 7,000. That comes with a couple of straps.
Ooh, baby.
You do like extra straps.
I do like extra straps. I just don't. My thing with the Mercedes is I like the polish better of the stainless rather than the titanium.
Yeah, well, want in one hand.
I know. They do have one of the new performance chronographs on the bracelet. Those aren't easy to find. That one I like because the bracelet's cool because it's like the Anjanor bracelet plus it has the applied Arabics instead of the painted on. Does have some extra pushers. I just don't need another chronograph.
I'm sorry. What was that 4-letter word you said that was offensive to my ears?
Don't
Need?
need.
How dare you?
How dare I?
They've got your watch. The Aqua Timer Chronograph
No, I don't like the
Cousteau.
chronograph. No, I like the
It's
three-handed in black.
It's got the extra weird knob on the left. It's got 2 pushers. It's got a day and a date. It's got more things on it than a buffet at the Golden Corral.
Yeah, I'm not. I only like the one Aqua Timer. It's weird. There's only one that I like. The rest of them I think are hideous. What's wrong with me?
No, they're all hideous. You're just blind to the one.
I'm blinded by one. That's how I ended up getting married years ago.
Yeah.
Oh God, the choices, Brian.
Or as I told my wife, I'd divorce her, but I don't want her to be happy.
There you go.
Now I'm looking at Patrick Phillips watches over here, and
Good old Pat.
do they still have that Comet that they've been trying to? Yep. Here, Mark. I'll put this link in the private chat for you because then you can pull it up. But you have a weird affection for one Aqua Timer.
Yes.
I have this weird affection for one 3-handed Nautilus. It's the one I put in the private chat.
Come on, click.
I have no.
I can't get past the ears. I just can't.
Those are alternative crown guards.
As much as I like shit sticking out of the side of my watch, I don't like those.
This is back in the monoblock construction.
Yeah.
And it's got the weird power reserve that does like a double twist to it and date. And I just love this because it's odd. I don't love the price of it.
Yeah. Hey, what's someone's in the chat? He says, I 100% agree with you about the ears, Mark. Yeah, there's just something about it that's off-putting to me. I know the heart wants what the heart wants. I get it.
I like this watch. I'm not paying that much for it though.
No. How much would you pay?
Well, that's a good question.
Geez, yeah. Okay, we got 37 upvotes. Hey, let's go for 40.
Wow, greedy.
I know, aren't I? I don't ask for much.
Guess what I get to do, Mark?
For me, the Royal Oak and Nautilus are for people who remember the past too much. Move on. Buy an IWC Aqua Timer. Now you're talking. I know, Dr. Bob. I'm not a Grand Seiko guy, but yet I love that one Grand Seiko. It's
yeah. Hey, Dr. Bob, what's the deal with you hopping on the show last night after I leave and go to bed? What the hell is the deal with that?
Dr. Bob went on the Curly Show?
Yeah.
The Franchisee Club?
Yeah, I thought we had a special relationship, and then he hops on as soon as I get off the show.
Uh-huh. I was far into sleep by that point, I'm afraid.
You know, I'm convinced Dr. Bob's nightmare is actually Keanu Reeves.
Ah,
I'm convinced.
well. Have you ever seen them in the same room together?
No.
Could be right.
And wasn't Keanu Reeves in The Matrix?
John D says the Romans on this Patek are a pass for me. Not a fan.
Love him.
Dr. Bob says, I didn't see you there, Brian, I swear.
Problem is, I was going to bed as Dr. Bob was probably just waking up.
Ah. Well, he's a West Coast guy too, right?
Yeah, West Coast night owl. Creature of the night.
Creature of the night. Shouldn't his name be Dr. Bob's Daymare?
No, it's Nightmare. He's yeah.
He'd be sleeping during the day, then, according to you.
I don't think he has to worry about suntan, about skin cancer or anything, because I don't think he sees the sun much.
Excuse me.
Two of the most hated people in the live streams, Dr. Bob's Nightmare and Dirk Diggler, and I love both of them.
Why are they hated? I understand Dirk gets under some people's nerves sometimes with his trolling, but yeah, he's always been. I never had a problem. Why do people hate Dr. Bob?
Well, he's unique.
Well, I like unique.
Mm-hmm.
If we're all the same, wouldn't this be boring? We wouldn't even need a show.
I guess there'd only be one channel.
Yeah.
You got me looking at Patek Philippe's over here. European Watch owes me a super deal on the next deal I do.
Don't hate him because he's beautiful, Brian.
Yeah. No, I don't. I love him. Except the dude's kind of scary.
Well,
Just shows up and then you're talking to him and then you turn to look at something and you turn back to look at him and he's gone.
poof.
Yeah.
Disappears into the mist. Yeah, Dr. Bob, I don't understand this Grand Seiko thing at all. It's quite confusing. I do understand Omega, though.
I mean, Grand Seiko is kind of, face it, it's really like the electric Dodge Charger.
How about something like this, Brian? Ceramic, black on black on black, rubber strap.
Except you're not sharing it.
Oops. Hold on. Right. How about something like this, Brian? Black on black, ceramic, rubber strap.
I'm sorry, I got to change your title. You're no longer 90%. You're feeling worse.
It's 43.5 millimeters.
Yeah, you're down to 89%.
Oof. John D says, Luchmatic, in the same line of discussion regarding oddities like those IWCs or Grand Seiko spring drive, your thoughts on maybe getting a Panerai in your collection? They're large, how you like they are. I just don't care for the aesthetics of the Panerai. Never looked at a Panerai and said, I'd like to have one of those. I don't hate them. I don't hate people who like them. For me, it just never did much for me.
I do like the fact that you can tell a Panerai from 100 feet away.
It's true. I hate the fact that you can't tell if it's real, even if the back's open.
I don't care if it's real. I'm not buying one.
You work at Panerai, and you work at Panerai. They just don't know. I don't know. Could be.
Ooh. Sale pending. Good. I like when there's a sale pending on a watch that I might be interested in, because then it takes all the pain out of it.
Yes. Now, if I bought the Grand Seiko, I could always trade it in on an Omega if I don't like it. Right.
If you bought the Grand Seiko, you might actually like it and keep it.
It's true.
What was I gonna? I was gonna go look at one more thing, and then I gotta go.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta go here pretty soon anyway.
I was going to look over here for you just to see.
That watch is $8,600 now retail.
That watch is ugly at any price.
No, the Grand Seiko.
Oh, no, that Omega is ugly at any price.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
So European watch has the blue dial GMT.
Yes. What are they asking for it?
55.
Yeah. The green one that John D. liked, the Joyce's has it for 52. Tell them Lucha sent you; they'll give you a deal. Esoteric said, "Didn't Panerai use pics of Nazi troops for marketing fodder a few years back? Vaguely recall something like that." Poop. I don't know that that's not true or true. I just remember there were some horror stories of people who bought used Panerais, took them in for service, took them in to see if they were real or they couldn't tell. That seems scary to me. But just the aesthetics never worked for me.
I think the question that I have to ask myself over the next week or two is, do I just buy the white ceramic Hublot Big Bang or do I spend $11,000 more to get the version with the rainbow sapphires on it?
Oof. Boy, that is a tough one.
And then there's then there's the version of the white ceramic that does not come on the bracelet. It comes with the quick release strap system thing that they have that I could then play around with straps, but that watch is tending to run a little bit more than the full ceramic bracelet one is.
That is a dilemma.
Or do I just get paralyzed and do nothing and save my money?
Could be that. It could be that.
Or buy a $900 Oris to say I bought a new watch.
Or that. Or do I just buy a No Time to Die finally and just end it?
Well,
always had a fondness for that watch. My vote for your next watch should be a dressy watch. Sure, on Constant 10 makes larger ones in the 42.5. I do need to do it. Get to No Time to Die.
Now playing the part of Gen G, the enabler, John.
I've always liked this watch. It's hard to justify the price for it compared to a standard 300M. But it is cool looking. It's a movie watch. We were just talking about it.
Okay, kids, I gotta go before I get yelled at. I have to spend the afternoon with the wife doing some errands.
doing husbanding stuff.
Yeah. Gonna pay the price. Happy Sunday to all.
Before you go, John D says, let me help you. You have 100% my backing to get to No Time to Die watch.
In case you're keeping up with the poll on. Oh wait, I pushed the wrong button. Where's the poll?
You got to go over to the YouTube to see it. Hold on. We are at 60% that I would keep that Grand Seiko for less than 6 weeks. 27% say less than 6 months, and 13% say 1 year or more.
So that's the one time I'm going to be right today.
There you go. We'll
Shot
end
my
the vote.
load early. Sorry. Oh, look at that. Wait.
All right, Brian.
Wait, now you got me stuck. I'm looking at something else. Damn it.
Oh, geez. Mrs. Pipe is going to yell at me.
No, she'll just yell at me. White rubber and ceramic, and then okay, I'm done. See you guys.
See you,
And
Brian.
girl.
Wow. So what a great show. We had Brian the Pipe. We had Harry on earlier. That's always fun here. Like Harry. Good dude. I think Dave says, whoa, whoa, whoa. Did someone say Grand Seiko? I know, Dave, right? Why am I obsessed with this Grand Seiko? Hold on, let me find it. Where did I closed it. I think I says, no, you can't go. I just woke up. I am obsessed with the Grand Seiko. Delray watch has one. You don't see this watch very often. Oh, that one. The Evolution 9 GMT. It's a beauty. Absolute stunner. The problem is this is the only Grand Seiko that I like. I know you can get cheaper ones, but this is the only one I've ever really even considered. Dingo Dave will tell you I'm not normally a grandson, and Dr. Bob, you've been around long enough to know that I normally just make fun of the name. Dingo Dave says, I can see why you like both of these. I know. And I like that big Pilot 43 as well. I'm looking to add a watch here, probably next month. And I'm just not sure which one to add. I'm torn, Dave. I'm torn. Tim G says lots of stuff going on with Grand Seiko RE in this watch. Yeah, it's a spring drive, it's got a power reserve, it's a GMT, it's a dual colored loom. It's gray. The dial is gray. This isn't the pink one. This is the gray. They call it the mist flake. It is not pink. He's not the pink one. Well, the pink one isn't that pink in person. When you see renderings of it, it looks pretty pink. But actually, when you see it, you've seen it in person, and it's not that great, not that pink. But I appreciate the upvote, and yeah, it's good to be up and moving around, and about 90%. You know, I worked all week. And I would just come home and rest the leg because I hadn't been on it for so long. There was a couple days I could barely walk. But I hadn't been on it for so long. It was a little weak, and it would get a little puffy. There's still the puffiness is all gone. It's still a little bit red. I took the last of the final antibiotic. It's cool. The spring dry sweep is amazing on this one. Spring dry sweep is kinetic meditation on the wrists. So one dial that matches that vibe of peace and calm. Yeah, so this one is basically the snowflake dial, but in gray. They call it, the nickname is the mist flake. Good, Dave. Oh, yeah, so I got a horrible infection in my leg. I kind of cut it up running the weed eater. Some rocks and stuff kicked up, and then, of course, I went directly into, not only the rocks kicked up and cut it, but all the grass and crap and stuff that got all over my legs, and then cut the grass and did a few other things in the yard afterwards. Like 2 days later, I was sick as sick could be. I couldn't figure out what was going on, and then my leg just ballooned up. So I was in the hospital for a couple days. I got some IV antibiotics. They sent me home with some regular antibiotics. Ended up back in the hospital because it wasn't improving. In fact, it got a little bit worse for a few more days, and then been back for a little over a week with just finished another oral antibiotics. I think I've had 4 different types of antibiotics that try to kick this thing, and it's hard. Part of it is when you're a type 1 diabetic, everything is worse. Diabetes doesn't kill you. It's the other fucking shit that come. It's the other things that you don't heal from or stuff that kill you. But feeling much better here this week. I did a show. I did 2-3 weeks ago. I didn't even do a show. I just didn't feel good. So I was in the hospital. But then got to do the show last week. Yeah, it was great. Off to get done the obligatory Spartan meathead activity for the day. Have a great afternoon, all. Good to see you, John D. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, we're going to go for another 2 minutes. That'll give us 3.5 hours of live streaming and watch content and a little bit of cars and some eBay selling advice and whatever the heck else we talked about. It was great to have Brian on. Great to have Harry on. Great to have all you guys in the chat. We do always appreciate it. But yeah, so next month I'm looking to make an addition to the watch collection. So I'm thinking this Grand Seiko is one possibility. The IWC Big Pilot 43. Obviously, the Aqua Timer is always in the running. The Omega Aquaterra, the Cartier Santos de Cartier large in gray with the black ADLC bezel is in the running. Those are all possibilities. Just don't know which one. Just don't know yet. I'm looking for help. No Time to Die is in there, although that's on the pricier end of what I was looking to spend. But my problem with the No Time to Die has always just been the price of it. Because when I look at it in comparison to a standard, that's up over 10 grand now with the new price increase. What is it, like 10.2, 10.6, something like that. And then, you're around 6 for a regular 300M. It's hard to say. It's hard to justify. The regular 300M, you get a ceramic bezel and an exhibition case back. I feel like you get more. The guy says, Jesus, good luck with that list, Lucha. Close your eyes, spin around 10 times, and pick one, perhaps. Yeah. I go back and forth on these things all the time, but so the spring drive's cool because of the spring drive, and I like the look of this watch. The IWC Big Pilots 43. I love a simple Flieger watch, and that is what it is. It's a cool size for me. The No Time to Die is cool just because it's the No Time to Die. What else was it? Oh, the Cartier. Something about that gray dial Cartier that I like. There's always the Aquaterra that I love. It just really depends. It's a tough call, but we are at 3.5 hours. I appreciate everybody for stopping by. Honestly, it's super cool that anyone does. We've got 39. If there's one person out there that has not hit the upvote button to get us to 40, that would be sweet. 40 would be a cool number to hit on a lazy Sunday. 3.5 hour stream. But either way, I appreciate everybody for coming by. I appreciate Brian and Harry for stopping in and saying hello. I'm sure there'll be other watch content coming on here shortly for you. We're going to leech our way on out of here in a second. And, all right, guys. Hey, everyone, have a great day. Thanks for coming by, and we will see you again next week.